Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to the Hump Day Chin Wag, the Wednesday one-stop shop for talking everything from TV, film, gaming, and all that good news over the course of the last 7 days. We've got a fun and exciting panel with us today, and we're going to be discussing everything from Concord to some Acolyte, some IGN-related stuff, and a few other things in between. So thank you very much indeed for joining us. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And also, remember to pop into the panels links, which are going to be in the description. Make sure you check out their content as well. And with that, let's start bringing on the usual suspects. Smu the DJ.
Hello.
How you doing, brother? How is the holiday?
Pretty good. I feel really good. I'm very relaxed. I haven't been mugged yet, which is good. Because
That's actually a good thing.
Earlier. Stasis asked me earlier if I was mugged. The only people that actually mugged me were Lufthansa because they actually charged me extra for a suitcase that I actually signed up for. And I was like, I actually paid for this, but fuck you. But that's neither here nor there. I'm happy to be here. I've got my trusty old coffee mug here. I got a coffee machine behind me. So if I need more, I get more. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here. I'm enjoying my holiday, though. And I missed you.
And that's an Airbnb, isn't it?
That's an Airbnb.
That is crazy, guys. Crazy. When myself and Tam go to the States next year to kind of like investigate where we're going to live, Airbnb is definitely be the way ahead. I've already started the acclimation. I've got my 9-line hat on. So I started to pick up some of the American apparel. And I see you've got the American shirt on.
Yeah.
The question is, did you buy it there?
I did buy it here. I actually got another one which has more American flags on it, but I actually got this at a Cracker Barrel. Believe it or not.
What's a Cracker Barrel?
It's it was kind of a restaurant shop kind of combination thing, but I had some really good chicken there the other day. Really, really good. Breaded
That's good.
Buttermilk chicken. It was really good.
No, it's good. It's good to see that you look relaxed. You look happy. You look like you're enjoying yourself.
I'm doing really good. I don't have a pet eagle. See, no, I don't have a pet eagle. I'm working on it though. Once I'm actually moving here, I will get a pet eagle.
He does have a pet something that's bold, but it's just not an eagle, mate. It's all good. Right. Okay, let's bring on the next usual suspect, Stasis Queef.
But I just want to say one thing. I bet you he got that on discount because at the back it does say vote Biden.
I bet it's got the biggest camel toe, Kamala toe on the back.
Come holla. I mean, come holla.
Come holla, toe. Oh, mate, how you doing, Stasis?
I'm always mad. Great. I've had a weird day last couple of days, so I think I'm gonna be doolally, to be honest. I think it's I'm gearing up for a long weekend, so I'm just like, get over and done with. So my hump day is coming up to a long weekend. So that okay. But I just need to. Oh, there's the cup of tea. Cup of tea. Boy,
yeah. 2 seconds.
That was kind of rude. It was like a little hand just. There we go. In we go. Out we go. So yeah.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't throw it at me.
No, that would have been better. I told you one day you're going to get a frying pan in the back of your head. I've told you this. Might bring back some of your hair. You never know.
Well, as long as I get a spanking, that's all it really matters.
Well, we always can ask, can't we? The missuses.
And the cup of tea is in the Abomination AJ, so you will see Abomination AJ popping into chat now and again. You know me, my cups of tea, so I like to collect streamers' mugs. So it was an ideal opportunity for me to. What's that thumping from Stasis? Is it like that?
That wasn't.
There's a definite wiggle going on Stasis.
Oh, that's Abe. He's trying to get out.
He's trying to get out of his cage.
You have to padlock him quite hard, and like Wednesdays, you let him out, and he gets really excited because he can talk like for at least a couple of hours.
Yeah, for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he has a guy. Are you like? Has that little moment, so he's off for like 30 minutes, and he comes back in. So
happy days.
We got. You got to feed him now and again, haven't you?
True.
Daily dysfunction. Tommy's floor gives tea too. Yes.
Yes.
He does indeed. Yeah. Heel versus babyface. Right, Greg.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Yeah, good.
I feel like I haven't seen you in like forever.
It's just
a week.
Wednesday, yeah.
How already. Like, I've been thinking about that. Like, huh? That week has gone by so quick.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
All I see him, he's playing a simulator game.
I've
you?
been playing Dead Island 2 mostly.
You need to get into World of Warcraft, mate.
Yeah, I need to get back to that. But yeah,
Has he paid for it?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, all right, shut up.
Yeah, basically. So, old man Greg, welcome back. You've had the family over the weekend,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yep. And next weekend they're coming back. So yeah,
That's good. So basically, your streaming days are basically Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday I record Zombie Army usually. It depends.
So that's not your OnlyFans day.
No,
Nope.
there's three.
Okay.
No, that's Sunday. There's 3 of us that are playing this thing, and one of the guys can't make it every week. So we do an infrequent record session on a Tuesday night, and if that's not happening, then me and my other friend we just play a different game. But yeah, I've got a bunch of episodes backed up that I need to just sit and trawl through and do them all in one go.
Just process and get
And
them
I can
uploaded.
upload them in over a few days. But I got that to do.
Happy days.
Drum practice again today. Did my first song. All went swimmingly. On to the next. So,
What Cradle of Filth?
No, I don't know what it was.
Nymphetamine.
Imagine Dragons. It's a pretty simple one, but
Well, at some point, you do know you're going to have to do a demonstration.
I'll have to learn.
Tell
how
us
to
the song.
play
We
it
can all
first.
join in. We can all join in.
Mate,
I have
play
got a
my
MIDI cable
one-eyed
hooked up
piccolo.
to the PC, so
Okay.
I'm gonna sort all that out. But I
Cool.
don't know if I can.
And I got the
stream
amp
it.
just there waiting for us.
Exactly. We can
Yes.
do a band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who's
God.
I want to know who's
Well, the next Nerdrotic, we can set up and do a jam session.
There you go.
I heard he's
It's not
coming
bad, yeah.
over in autumn next year.
Next year, not this year.
Next year, not this year. No,
I'm very
I
proud.
can't say I blame him.
Very proud. You're even.
How do no chat? Right.
Still good.
Didn't
I'm
say
still good.
Let's bring on the rest of the boobars.
The Boobas.
Abe,
Hey,
How do?
how you doing, brother? How you doing, mate?
Still breathing?
Still breathing?
Good.
What you been up
Can't
to?
complain.
I put air vents in now.
Oh, so his gimp suit's got air vents in now, so he's not
Yeah,
so
that's
sweaty.
it, yeah. That's it.
Does that
Like
mean
a
he
well,
has to
like-
use less talcum
According to
power?
stasis,
I put him
are
in-
now
I put
in
in-
a bin.
Yeah. You do.
I'm Oscar the
Like
Grouch,
Oscar the
apparently.
Grouch. Yeah.
It's good to see you, though. Good to see you. So you ready for this?
Let's give it a go.
Of course you are. Hairy Enema.
Fuck you.
It's like, oh,
Hello there,
you.
Mr. Hello there, Mr. Frodo.
I did watch you on Daramuth's channel last night. It was a good session, actually. It was really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Easy 2.5 hours. And if Dara didn't have to dip out to get some food in, like we could have done more easily.
You could have probably done another few hours easy.
Easy. Like if I can do nothing else, I can kill time talking dumb shit. Easy peasy. Like easiest job ever. I can kill time talking. Like that's easy.
I'm sat here just wondering where some music's just come from, and I think someone's just blurped me in the background, and I'm like, I can hear fucking music playing somewhere. Some
It's like-
bastard's
I have
fucking
no music
blurped it.
on. The only thing I've got on is the air conditioning. I'm sitting right
Yeah,
underneath.
I had
Yeah,
OBS
got a
running in the
fan on.
background.
Ah.
I have
If I was to
like-
blame anyone, it's probably going to be Stasis Geek.
Hey, no, last time that
always
was
been the
not
queef.
me. I just did the blurb for the Super Chat.
Okay.
It
No, you're
was
fine
not
now.
me.
Well,
It's those,
It's not added
those
to the
two.
screen.
Those two are to blame.
Oh, 100%. Right, okay. Let's
Yeah,
bring
but
on
yesterday was fun.
the Yarnie.
Oh shit, it's my turn. Hi.
It's like, oh, fuck.
oh, fuck.
Me.
Damn it!
It's me, Mario. How you doing, Yarnie?
I'm good. I have to say I love how patriotic we are getting and that we're getting some actual patriots coming to America. That makes me happy.
Heck yeah.
Yes, come join us.
Yes.
Yeah, let's put
already
this
have
one in
a
here as
shirt.
well.
Yes.
I
put
have
that
this
one in
shirt.
view.
I got this shirt in LA.
Yes.
And
I'll take it.
Came with a
I
fiance.
come from China.
That's
from,
pretty
from,
American too.
from a
Does this
Venezuelan
count?
sweatshop.
Yeah.
Does that count?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, that does.
Uh oh.
And then
Thanks,
before
Highlander.
you know it, you're gonna get jump scared by the world's greatest ninja.
Nope, I told you no. This motherfucker has been sneaking up on people and scaring them, and I've been hearing about it, and I've told him multiple times, not me, not me, not
We
me.
should ask George Floyd how that feels.
Oh shit!
Not literally, like apparently I have the world's greatest ninja power that nobody knows about, and it's fucking funny. Because in the span of 7 days, I jump scared 3 people just by walking into a room.
I can do that too. People always say they can't hear me when I walk into a room. I don't know why. I'm actually the most squishy shoes on at work. People
Just
always
Yeah,
It's
can I just
worse.
clarify? It was the gynecologist room.
Well,
No,
I was
no.
actually going to clarify another point. It's probably less about the stealth and more about the ugliness. Right. Ickle Pickle, how you doing? How you doing, Ickle?
Is it bedtime yet?
Yes. I'll see you
Yes,
later.
please. Yes, please.
Yeah. Right. So,
Drum roll.
chat. Let's just have a quick. Let's have a quick say hello to chat. Chat's been rolling in well, Jesus Christ, how many messages? Holy shit.
So they're all from
You've been
Highlander.
busy, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Very, very quickly. I'm going to spin through the chat. Say hello, Daxinar. How you doing? Greg, Tracy, Yarnie's in chat. Ryan's in chat. Oh shit. Yeah, that's a good point. No one's like poked the bear and said, "Oi, Boomer, what have you forgotten to do?
Introduce the guest.
Introduce the guest." It's currently.
I mean, I was waiting, but
The guest is in the back
I
station.
I thought you were going to.
I didn't think you'd made a mistake. You were keeping us hanging.
I was like,
No.
where's the guest?
No, I've deliberately forgotten, and I feel like a right bastard now. But the guy's never fucking coming back. He's never going to invite any of us to his shows. He's
We'll make
not
sure
going to
he has
come
a
back
good
on the
time.
air. He's just like fucking zombie wanker.
Right.
Right.
It took 14 minutes to forget him.
But see, that's the
14
whole
minutes,
point.
yeah.
But that's the point. You forgot, not us. Don't blame
Yeah.
us.
We
You're-
just
you're
thought,
the
oh,
fucking host of
he's
the
going to do
show.
this great. You're going to do this great build up. You can say low chat. You're going to do this
Yeah,
epic
big reveal.
moment, and then drop it. But no, you just fucking L'd yourself.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this instead.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
And here he is, Ryan. How you doing, sir?
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm almost forgot to make an appearance on this show, so you might as well do the same, Tommy. Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and it's great to see you all watching today. Great to meet some new fine folks and fellow creators, get to know all sorts of people from all over the world, whether it's the UK, formerly Germany, maybe Japan as well. A nice mix of men and women, and fingers crossed we'll have a good talk. Unless you're all trannies.
No.
Well,
Abe, check I'm a dude.
Abe, possibly. Stasis,
Well,
definitely.
Gendered.
We
Definitely
have
with this
seen
hat.
Abe. We've seen Abe in the flesh, so I don't know.
What?
Have you? Have you? Whoa! Whoa!
Greg, that's not an 80
Oh,
game.
Tommy and
clarification,
Stasis were there
Abe.
too. Tommy
What?
and Stasis were there too.
I
Don't try and
was
deny
not
it.
there.
You
Oh my
were.
God, it's Jimmy Dore.
Cue the
Yes.
music.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, clearly, yeah. Pretty much.
Oh, don't.
Right,
fuck's
I'm
sake.
sorry. It has to be
We just
done.
Started.
It has to be done.
Do it. Do it. Yeah.
What about Greg and Stacy
that.
in
Get
the
out of here now.
flesh?
Okay.
that.
Now I'm comfortable.
Greg loves to look at Stacy's geek.
The leave studio button doesn't work.
The flesh. And the flesh.
No, you can't fucking do it.
In the flesh.
Hold it. So what we're trying to say is, when Ryan Kinnell said about the green Power Ranger,
Here's the
was it?
Here's the
Oh,
green
no
Power
point of-
Ranger.
I don't put it Ryan.
Hey,
The wrong Ryan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and what
I
was the
appear in
story?
his chats every now and then, and I'm just like, it was me, Ryan. It was me.
Yeah, and Greg apparently
No,
he was
no.
getting it off as well.
Right.
Greg was there.
So I'm just going to rewind myself back a couple of minutes. Right. Okay. Let's say Mila. Good to see you. David Morris, Asmandias. Highlander. Hello, Highlander. I see through that name.
Hello, Highlander.
Fucking his names are just fucking phenomenal. Daily, Vody, Andy, Crimson, Pete. Good to see you, brother Rick. And Highlander's actually come back. Alexander, how you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. Right, skip down. Tracy, probably done Tracy already a few times over. Nico, good to see you, my friend. Uncle Martin. It's good to see you as well. I wanted to highlight someone else.
Uncle Martin. Funny you should say that, Uncle Martin. I actually found a copy of Concord in the wild yesterday. $40.
Ron,
How about no?
How about no?
We're going to get into Concord and we're going to have a laugh at Concord's expense. But
Yes.
Ron,
Fuck yeah.
good to see you. Dr. Hazel. Right, guys, this chap down below is literally a brand new streamer. He's just started over on Twitch. He's just started over on YouTube. Twitch fucked him around a little bit because he's in Israel, but don't hold that against him. I'm going to drop his
Yes, they did.
YouTube into chat.
Thank you.
Of course they fucking did.
Yeah, I'm going to drop his YouTube into chat for you. Guys, make sure you pop in and see Dr. Hazel. Plays a lot of games, plays also a lot of games with his family, so wholesome content, really good creator. Give him all the support you can do. He comes up regularly on the Sunday podcast, and I really, really want to see him succeed, so give him all the...
I really wish his name was Dr. Hazelnut now.
That's his
That might be his
channel.
alternate.
That
Yes,
could be his alt.
That's his OnlyFans.
That could be his
just
alt
saying it.
channel.
That could be his gaming
Hazel.
channel, couldn't it?
Dr.
Show me your
Hazel
nuts.
Oh, no.
These
Literally,
nuts.
I'm
There
going
we
to show you my nuts.
Yeah, and Ryan's got the
I'm
right
nuts
idea
for
as
it.
well.
Literally,
But
I'm
right-
nuts for it.
Ryan's got the right
my channel,
idea.
I'm nuts for it.
No,
Tracy, shut
Ryan's
up.
got the right idea because Dr. Hazel's OnlyFans could be Dr. Hazel's nuts.
See, there you go.
True.
There you
It
go.
works. It works 100%. Right, let's keep on going. Andy Matthews, good to see you. Robert, happy days. Thank you for joining. Dr. Hazel, hail, Tommy team. Yes, I did Boomer. Thank you. But I'm getting old, so shit happens. At least, I
You've got
am
the
not
excuse
the
of
oldest
no.
person on the panel.
No, you're
I'm
not.
certainly not the youngest, but I'm not the oldest. Greg has got me beat, and so has the wife.
I'm the OG.
But look, you're not supposed to mention my age.
That's all right. You make cups of tea, so. Galadorn, too much information. That's the way ahead. Tracy, yeah. Horny Alf! Hail on the humpiest of days. So,
Yes.
we may actually be playing some Space Marines with Horny Alf at some point, which should be good. Should be good.
When does that release?
The Tommy.
This week.
This week. Early access is this week.
Friday.
Standard access is on the 9th.
Yes.
So if you're poor peasant, you have to wait until next week. But if you're rich and affluent, you can play it this week and then fuck over all the peasants. And then they'll do a day one patch and just wipe everything out.
Okay, can
That's
I-
what happens.
Hold, can I ask one question? And if you're Greg, what do you do?
You wait
You
until
don't
it's
play it?
50%. Wait until it's on 50% discount.
Or you go to play it and then don't buy the right package, and then
Yeah,
the wrong
there is
package,
that.
and-
Would have walked.
Yeah,
You set up a stream,
Moving
you
on.
log into the desktop.
I played
You're
for an hour
ready
and
to-
a half before I even realised that I didn't have the early access. So yeah, live. Tracy was
We call
there.
that a
Tracy was
boomer
there in the
moment.
chat, helping me.
Tracy was helping you, yeah.
Yeah.
Avoidy's correct. So it releases 4 p.m. UK time tomorrow, 5 p.m. normal time for everybody else. Ultra Edition for the win. And yes, he did buy the wrong game. He did buy the wrong game. But at the end of the day,
it wasn't that game we looked at last week, was it?
no.
Thank God it wasn't that wrong.
No.
You talk about that game.
No,
That-
that's well. Just wait until we start off with the
That
first
one-
topic. Just wait until we start off with the first topic. Fucking Jesus! Right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Right, okay, the latest in the news, and actually something that doesn't happen that often. It doesn't happen that often.
Sadly.
What, the Labour government did something right?
Nah.
Oh no,
Mate, the Labour government, I'm surprised the UK hasn't just gone to fucking war with basically the Labour government. At this stage, it's
well,
an
he
absolute
only
joke.
called the ex-prime minister in question time the prime minister 3 times today, so that he's doing quite well.
He just wants to reassure him, okay? He's got a small PP, okay?
Yes, it's small
See
dick
the
energy.
categories. See the categories.
Who's pussy?
It's Channy.
Sorry. That's
No,
Channy.
you don't have to apologise.
She's going to be on the podcast more than me. She's decided. She has shit
Well,
to say.
My God,
I
I
just want to say
guarantee
something.
if we all just had cats
Mhm.
and they just literally a panel just 3 hours of just cats doing that,
Mhm.
how we would get more views than any of our channel.
Probably.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
just say
that'd be
something
really
about the
popular.
naming conventions of games? Don't name your game after a crashed plane, a sunken ship, and then name your name after those 2 things, because that's just a
What?
recipe for disaster, isn't it?
That's
Because
too much logic.
we had the Costa Concordia that was shipwrecked, and then you had the airplane that crashed like 20 years ago, and then you name your game after that. Not a recipe for good luck, is
That
it?
was in Amsterdam, wasn't it? That
Yeah.
Yep.
crash.
Yeah, it was.
Sadly, it was. Yeah.
Right, okay, Sony has taken a decision, which wasn't exactly surprising to us, considering the number of people playing it, takes Concord game offline just 2 weeks after release.
And all 6 remaining
Shocking.
players are very upset about that.
Very.
I'm actually going to have a look, actually. Concord...
They can't be.
Is this the same game that wiped out the early access with the day 1 patch?
No,
Nope.
No,
that's
that was
Star Wars
Outlaws.
Outlaws. Yeah,
Right.
different game, mate.
That's it. Yeah, mate.
They're all blurring together.
Yes.
To be fair,
Well-
they're all the same sludge anyway. Oh, look,
All
63 players.
All
on Steam.
63 people are really upset that this game has obviously crashed and burned.
That's right, they're getting a
But
refund.
Keep in mind, you need 12 players to actually get a match.
that you do.
Bump,
just
though,
saying.
if you go back to the graph,
Oh.
that little bump today
there it
was like when people were chasing the Steam achievements. So that bump there, that's atypical.
Yeah. So the game's been announced that it's going offline, and then there's a massive surge of people saying, "Oh, we want to get the gayest achievement of the year. Let's jump on the game now."
Because
The only
that
problem
would
is these 132 people. So if there's like 12 odd players to a lobby, they're going to be playing the same people over and over again.
And half of those are the devs, probably.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Or journos.
On the other
So they're
half
fucking
are,
shit.
It's probably IGN
Journals.
journals or the developers themselves.
Yeah, developers, journos to pad out, shillers, and just people who are just retarded.
You know, is it too much of a flex to admit that I've been on panels where more people have watched a show than actually played Concord, which cost $150 million to produce? I've been on
250.
panels with more live viewership than the all-time peak. $250 million, Japanese.
We only
man.
need
My
we only
goodness,
need
that's
we only
insane.
need 3 across each platform. No, now 2 people that come in and we've broken it.
I was just about to say that very same thing. So currently, there are 61 people currently watching the stream. So that's a combination of myself and Smu over on Twitter, sorry. So 20 people watching over on mine, 14, well, the numbers are irrelevant, but 61 people altogether. That's not also including Rumble, because I've got Rumble running in the background. And let's have a look at Rumble. Rumble's
Quick,
usually
people.
quite good.
Quick,
Tell your
make
friends
it-
the retards are alive. Quick, tell your friends.
Speak for
But the thing
yourself.
is,
We don't dribble
we normally get up to the 90s anyway. Right, okay, we've just beaten it 63.
Yay!
Yay!
So there you go.
Like
there you go.
what you were saying, Ryan, another
You guys are
example. I
amazing.
was watching Side Scrollers earlier on today, and Labs was saying that she was streaming Harry Potter's Quidditch, the new one.
Yeah,
or did a
Quidditch
stream
Champions.
about it or something. And she had more people on her live stream talking about the game than were in total combined over Twitch. Now, actually, people watching streams of the game. So like what you were saying with the panels you've been on, it's it's crazy the level of action that happens on YouTube compared to some of these big media platforms like Twitch.
Imagine if Tomby had a budget of 250 million US dollars and developed a project around, say, the Tomby community in the course of 6 to 8 years. Everyone on this panel would easily be a millionaire. The Tomby empire would have the support of many millions of people, and you would resonate with whole generations of people all over the world. But if you give it to these lunatics, they create a dead-on-arrival game that can barely last half a month.
See,
I know,
the thing
and
with
that's
that game.
embarrassing. Yeah, sorry, Smu, go for it.
This game was marketed like 3 months ago as the next biggest Sony title, wasn't it? And it got like a 20 or 30-minute showcase in the one showcase where Elden Ring DLC was also introduced. Funnily enough. Nobody fucking remembers it because it was mostly a CG trailer with I think 10 minutes of gameplay or 15 minutes. But the gameplay was so forgettable that people actually forgot the game was coming out.
I mean, the funny thing
Yorkshire Tea is a good investment, Abe.
Yeah, but the funny thing with Concord is anyway, 8 years of development, $250 million, and the game didn't even last as long as a cup of coffee.
I saw Cliff Bleszinski talking about about Concord the other day, and everybody was like, "How much did Lawbreakers cost?" And he was like, "Maybe a fraction of it, and it only took 3 years to develop." And that game got canceled as well. Keep that in mind. That was around the time when hero shooters were oversaturated in the market already. But funnily enough, I saw the writing on the wall last week already, because as of August 29th, they actually delisted the game from the PSN store. They weren't actively promoting it. Instead, they were actually promoting Valorant instead. And that says everything you need to know about how much faith they actually had in the game. If you actively promote the competitors, then you're fucked. You can't make this shit up.
And that's precisely right, because if you look at the last even the last 6 months to a year, most games have a relatively decent marketing approach. They will saturate YouTube, they'll saturate Twitch, all of the major gaming platforms. You will find people running, and a really good example of this is Delta Force, the new Delta Force game. You will have people running streams over on Twitch with free key giveaways. All of that good stuff. Did we see any of that with Concord?
No.
We didn't see anything. And bear in mind, and we are going to jump into some of the kind of the
Copium
Twitter posts, because I just want to rip them apart like normal. And that's not from a destructive or negative perspective. It's just that they're not listening. Is that they tried to create a game in an already oversaturated market where Valorant and Overwatch are actually doing fairly reasonable. I mean, Overwatch is currently pulling in 50,000 players currently. So how are they going to challenge the likes of that in an oversaturated market? They need to innovate. They need to bring something new. And what did they bring new? Fat trans characters. There was no other innovation. Not in my view. There was no other innovation.
There was 16 characters and only one of them was a white guy. And they actually put the white guy in for good grace so that people wouldn't complain that there's no white people in the game.
Do you know,
he was the only one
the token white guy.
Yeah, the token white guy. But I would actually be interested to see the numbers on how many people played which specific character.
Yeah, I would love to see that too.
That would be really good. Really good.
To be honest, they had so few players.
Especially the Asian chick.
Statistically
the Asian chick was the most played. Sorry, guy.
I said they had so few players that it would probably be statistically meaningless.
Yep.
I said this to Tommy before we started the show. I wouldn't be surprised if they sell some of the characters off to Blizzard so they can repurpose them as Overwatch characters.
Yeah.
Because Overwatch desperately needs new characters.
Yeah.
Okay, but
it desperately needs new fatter characters.
Yeah, but if you're Activision Blizzard, why would you buy any of these chuckle fucks?
Yeah,
because it's cheap. It's cheap to get reused characters. You just rename them, give them a different coat of paint. Boom, easy.
Oh, do you know what? I would actually donate the money right now. If I had it, I would donate the money to Blizzard to import one. Call it Concord Failure.
Yep.
Just import it as that, Concord Failure, with a pair of wings on his back, on fire.
Unfortunately, Activision
Yorkshire's
Blizzard,
in the world.
even under Xbox's control, is in such a bad state. The
Yeah, it
only part of that company doing well, and it's done well since Activision Blizzard bought it, was King, which is why I always like to call it Activision Blizzard King, because that company, the makers of Candy Crush, have practically kept Activision Blizzard afloat with their remarkable mobile game, which is essentially an addiction simulator for single mothers, for the most part.
Now, obviously, I'm not going to point fingers at Ickle Pickle, but she plays a lot of the King-based games that exist in Facebook.
Carrie does as well. She's
Because they're easy, they're simple. I mean, the objective is simple. The cost is next to nothing, but ultimately, the ads and things like that, the ad revenue and things that are generated, is keeping that company afloat. There is a reason why they bought it.
South Park did an episode on this years ago as well.
Yeah.
Candy Crush, they did.
Yep.
And you can easily make the argument. I mean, given the way console gaming is going, it's going the way of Concord and Dustborn. I mean, those two games are great examples of no matter the budget and no matter the amount of political correctness or wokeness that's in it, they're both going to be failures. Every variant of this disease, because that's what I like to call it, is going to be a failure. And I think the franchises in gaming that will survive will be much more PC oriented. They'll be much more free to play oriented, unfortunately. But I think ultimately the future of gaming, and it's sad that I have to say this, is mobile, because it's by far the most profitable. It's way more profitable than PC gaming, and it's way more profitable than console gaming. But no one likes to bring up mobile gaming, especially those who love their PCs, those damn master racers, while mobile gaming literally have mountains of money to bury you with. So there you go.
Indeed.
So Conan Exiles mobile when?
Conan Exiles, yeah.
Isn't that already on mobile?
It's on console.
I haven't seen it on mobile.
Well,
I'd be surprised if
think
it's there.
I don't think the future of gaming is going to have anything to do with quality. I think it's going to have everything to do with addiction. So the more addictive a game is, the more profitable it's going to be. Yes, Candy Crush, courtesy of King, Angry Birds. How they turn that into a bunch of films, I do not know. To name but a few, but it just goes to show that quality games with great stories and great characters is not financially the best route of action to go down anymore. It's now just mobile gaming trash or free to play pay to win trash, and that's made nicer as time goes on just to suck people in. It's not about the passion of gaming. And best case scenario for these companies, they won't let the woke disease infect them, because then they'll bleed out financially. But even without the political correctness and the social justice, the future of gaming is just going to be an addiction pit, for lack of a better word.
Yep,
that's true.
If you don't get a franchise, I a lot of people, I might trigger somebody here, but at least they have like Assassin's Creed. It's a franchise. Otherwise, from that, like what you were just saying, mobile gaming, they just do add-ons. Same game, just a different kind of
shite
add-on. Yeah, it's just literally a cloud of color.
Psychotic Mongoose with the gifted membership over on the Tommy side, and gifted over to I Am Merkin. Thank you very much indeed, my sir. It's so generous of you. Thank you.
Wait, Psychotic Mongoose gifted a... So Psychotic Mongoose gifted a membership and he didn't receive it.
And he didn't receive it. No, because he's still a member. He's still a member.
Oh, and he did the same thing on my side.
He's dropped a nugget.
Who's it gonna be?
And now it's himself.
Yep, it's himself.
Really?
Yeah.
They're completely.
You fucking lucky bastard.
They are completely random. I can assure all of you. The only people who get a membership are definitely subscribers, but also lurkers as well. I mean, YouTube does have a habit of showcasing who's actually watching. So memberships, especially gifted memberships, are a great way of showcasing who is either currently watching your show or who has watched previous shows as lurkers.
Yep. And the funny thing is with Psychotic Mongoose, I would say he's
got a secret deal.
He receives, out of all of the gifted membership, every time he gifts one, 9 times out of 10, he receives one of his own gifts. 9 times out of 10. No word of a lie. He bounces through channels, gifts, and next thing you know, it's the first person in the list, Psychotic Mongoose. Does it all the time. Does it all the time.
It's a secret deal with YouTube or something, because that's not normal.
He's definitely feeling someone up. Anyway, right, okay. Sony has announced that it's pulling the online shooter Concord from sale just 2 weeks after its launch. The multiplayer title was released exclusively for PS5 and PC on 23rd, but has reportedly struggled to attract players. In a blog post on Sony's website, game director Ryan Ellis of Firewalk Studios announced that the game would be taken offline from the 6th of September. He said to anybody that has bought the £40 game would receive a full refund while the team determined the best path ahead for its return. Now, this is the thing that a lot of people are missing. It hasn't been cancelled. So when you look at titles of some of the tweets and some of the posts, they think it's been cancelled when it hasn't. It's just been taken offline. That's quite an important distinction. Now, what are they going to do? Me personally, I think they're going to try and label it down as a 200 million tax write-off and try shelve it and probably reuse the assets somewhere else, sell the components, sell the layout of the game in a different way. But certainly as Concord, I very much doubt it's ever going to be coming to the market again under the name Concord. They'll definitely shelve it, take the tax write-off, and quite literally just break it up into other areres.
They'll probably rebrand it as Concord Rising or something like that, just to get away from the name association, or like Concord Phoenix or something, or Phoenix Rising or some shit.
Concord,
which would be
Concord flies again.
Crashes and burns.
Concord is a so-called hero shooter with similarities to popular titles such as Overwatch and Valorant. Players are part of the team, reportedly in development for 8 years. This is also what made me laugh.
I highly doubt that somehow.
I very much doubt this was in development for longer than 2 years. They probably had
3 years
ideas for it.
3 years.
I would say...
Or like 2 days.
I would say they probably started with Overwatch 1, saw the success of Overwatch 1, bearing in mind the age of Overwatch 1, saying, we can do something better, started the usual way they do, mock up the game, mock up the ideas, and at some point, they've gone out to the various different consultancy firms, and next thing you know, it's a bloated mess of woke, fat trans players and characters.
I'll be honest, you've got 16 characters in that fucking game, right? 16. All of them look like they attended a Kamala Harris rally, number one. Number two, none of these characters look memorable. The only character I can remember from that game is probably the Asian chick, because she looks the most normal out of all of them. And that's saying something.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at that. You've got a robot that is gay.
Fat gay robot.
Gay robot.
Trans Starfire. Girl with head in a fishbowl. Chunk.
That's Mrs. Freeze. That's Mrs. Freeze's cousin.
Old lady piss pants. Another fat chunk. She looks all right. The seventh one.
Oh, the Asian chick.
Yeah. Then you've got the pink-haired Astarion wannabe. Black Cowboy. Borderlands Reject.
Yep.
mushroom head. Yondu, different coloured.
Yep. Exactly.
The
rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher. Poor man Thanos.
Yep.
The sniper from the
token white
Trump rally.
guy. Token white guy.
Yeah, that's Trump rally sniper. That's who I call him. And then you've got Black Chick in the corner. And the
Very
funny thing
original.
is Lily's fucking response was fucking classic.
Yep.
Looks like a Kamala
It's fucking
Harris rally. That's just fucking
it does.
phenomenal.
If you line them
look
up,
at-
if you line them up side by side, I think you could make a rainbow flag out of them.
I think that's deliberate. I think all the colors were chosen deliberate.
Yeah.
That's
by the way,
actually
that
not
guy-
a bad
that-
shout. I
that
wonder if
cowboy
you
guy
could just.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could just take the average color from every panel and put it side by side. You would end
It would
up
make
with
the
a
rainbow
pride
color.
flag.
That's probably it. Wouldn't surprise me.
With some variation of it. By the way, we lost a Greg.
Fucking
Oh.
boomer.
Who?
No, hang on.
Who?
He's back.
Oh,
There you go.
I'm back.
So,
Reboot.
Boo.
if you look at the guy in the third row, the first one, the cowboy guy, he looks like that Obadiah guy from Fallout 4, doesn't he?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I see a black man in a cowboy hat, and I instantly think of Atreus now. I don't know if you guys know who Atreus is, but he's a great guy. He's very African American. That's why I call him Atreyan, and he does wear a cowboy hat. So that's interesting to see.
I mean, I'll give the game a little bit of grace. If the character designs are like one or two character designs are passable at best, the other ones are ugly as fuck. Like I said, the Asian chick is probably the only one I can remember from that game, even if I don't think about it too much. And then maybe discount Yondu, and that's it.
These look like companions for a botched role-playing game.
Like Starfield rejects. That's what they look like. Especially the chick with the green armor in the second row. She looks like a rejected Halo character.
No, that's an overweight space marine. Like, what the fuck? But the funny thing is, Smu. Maybe you agree with me. The fucking mushroom head.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is that literally discount Deborah from Mortal Kombat?
She looks like Devorah. Yeah, I can kind of see it. Yeah,
Looks a bit like the Aqua character from Hellboy in the movies.
Yeah, if you paint her white, I agree. Yeah, you could use that too. Yeah,
right.
But
so
just thinking that
just
all of
look at
these
those
characters
characters
sort of look like, when you've got a randomize selector on the character creation.
That's what it looks like.
Well, no, the one in the red on the top row is voiced by a trans actor musician, and the character's based off that person. So, in fact, I think they sold their identity to the company for it. So, they got paid.
Do you know the seventh one? So the chick in the blue.
Yeah.
Do you think her face looks like Kate Blanchett's?
You have to blow it up.
I can't fucking blow it up. You blow yourself up.
Kinda.
Right. Jump from that over to Overwatch. And instantly, most of the characters actually look a hell of a lot more appealing.
Original, imaginative.
Oh, heroic.
Unique.
There's nothing heroic about those other characters in a hero shooter, and these people actually do look like
a hamster in a fucking mech. I mean, come on. You can't get more original than that, folks.
I mean, Christ, you may as well play squirrels with a gun, but I mean, yes, you've got Roadhog.
Yeah.
But he's like almost the exception fat guy in the game, but he's playing that. And then you go back to this shit. It's like everything is to emphasize fatness, gayness, transness.
Do you know what I love about the robot on the top left? He looks like he looks like the NASA space tub that you used to take showers with.
Like a fridge with arms.
Yeah, so does the green bird though. But I mean, they've gone for an aesthetic with all the armor. Like she looks like she's wearing spare robot parts, and they've got a very rounded kind of look to everything. Like, there's no angle. Like, if you look at the other game, it's got plenty of
No,
angles.
but this is a promotional. If I said this is Fortnite,
So if we go through
that is it.
Yep.
That's what
if you look at if we go through the panel real quick, number one, you got the space fridge, then you got space clown, space janitor. This is the third one because she got a bucket on her head and doesn't know how to clean the floor. You got diabetes advocate, totally not Kate Blanchett, totally not space marine, token Asian chick. What was it?
Alien Asian chick.
Well, no, you got the totally
Astarion knockoff.
Yep. You got Black Space Cowboy, because why the hell not? Token Alien, Devora knockoff, totally not Yondu, Stig with a rocket launcher, Discount Thanos. You got Token White Guy, and you got a token skinny black chick with space goggles.
Well, you can tell it's fantasy then.
Do you know the Black Cowboy? He is literally just Black McCready, isn't he?
He does look like McCree. And I think he's even got the dead-eye mechanic like McCree.
Oh, fuck me sideways.
Or Cassidy. He's called Cassidy.
Yeah, because they had to change his name because of stuff.
Because of Jesse McCree. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Still call him McCree in-game, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. But back to this. So, Gabe Thanos. Oh, definitely. You wouldn't want to take it from Gabe Thanos, though, would you?
No.
Really. Not with his power... Not with the all of the gems activated, that's for sure.
Yep.
Power punch.
It might.
I'm going to annihilate you.
Kidney punched.
Finish him. Bite the pillow. I'm going in dry.
It received mixed reviews from critics, with many praising its graphics and competent gameplay, but criticizing its failure. The journo's Copium is fucking vast, with its failure to offer a new take on the genre, which comes back to my whole point of it didn't know how to innovate or bring anything new. So how is it going to challenge the already existing games that are out there that people are playing, that they've been watching for years? So according to the Steam DB,
they don't.
Yeah, which tracks the number of people playing games on the PC platform, Concord's highest number of concurrent users was 660. By contrast, the most played game, Counter-Strike 2, has consistently recorded more than 1 million players since August 22. So, I mean, the thing is, that's an apples and pears comparison, and I don't think that's fair, because the genre is completely different. FPS...
This just compares to Overwatch or Valorant.
Yes. Overwatch or Valorant would have been the better comparison. But even if we looked at the comparison to Overwatch fucking dicks it.
I was just about to bring up the figure 660. We know that's fake news because we saw it earlier on the Steam charts. Its highest its highest play rate was 697. So never trust the BBC, folks.
Yep. So Overwatch 2
is on that number. 600 and the 697 is the highest that were online at all time. The 660 is the highest number that actually played and were not just in the game. So because Steam tracks you if you just have the launcher of the game open but are not currently in a match. So the 690 is people that had the game open. 660 was the number that actually played.
You should work for the BBC.
Here is an interesting take that I looked at when I was looking at the Steam charts for Overwatch 2. So it's fairly straight line, 50-odd thousand across the board, up until Concord was actually released, and then you see a dip, and then back up, dip, and back up, dip, and back up. Now, I'm not saying that it's Concord's the reason why people stopped playing consistently. I mean, day to day is consistently.
I think that's to do with the weekly counts, the daily counts being aggregated over a week and then aggregated.
Ah, right. Okay. So is that what they do?
And that what you're looking at there, that dip is artificial because it goes from aggregated average to daily average.
Just on the 28th. Oh,
yeah.
That's a shy way of presenting data.
Yeah, if you look at the peaks, they'll just average the peaks, I think, and so average out the top of the curve.
Yeah, that's probably correct. Looking at that now, yeah, agreed. But
Wasn't
if that's the way
Overwatch
they're
2 considered a failure, though?
Overwatch 2, yes, it was.
Compared to the first, and it killed the first game as well. Didn't they take Overwatch 1 down?
Well,
essentially,
Overwatch...
it was patched to Overwatch 2. If you had a copy of Overwatch 1, you were able to take over all the characters that you had previously. But essentially, Overwatch 1 died and became 2.0. So that's what happened.
Overwatch 2 was a DLC in effect to replace Overwatch 1. Correct. They failed to deliver the PvE component. And because they didn't provide the PvE, which was one of the main drivers for going over to number 2, it basically killed the game.
And they also took one player from each team. So it was, instead of 6v6, it was 5v5. And then they realized they fucked up it and people were bitching about it. So they're actually bringing that back again. And, well, they were doing the smart thing of actually making it free to play from the get-go instead of like charging people like $40 or $50 for it, like they did with Overwatch 1.
Yep.
Highlander. Thank you very much, Highlander. That was on my side.
Yep.
Cheers, buddy.
With the 5 dibdobs over on Smu the DJs for your barbecue Whataburger.
Cheers, brother.
And every food that will make you fat in America Fund.
I'm doing fairly well, actually. I'm eating good. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right. Back to this screen. Right. According to the DB, right, done that. So I don't think this was a very fair comparison by the writers of the articles, and I don't think it's a very fair comparison for those that are using like the higher playing games on Steam to do so. It's basically just badly monetized Overwatch now. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, $20 for a character skin. I mean, think about that. $20 for one skin.
In his message, Ryan Ellis said Firewalk had been listening closely to the feedback while many qualities of experience resonated with all of those 660 players. We also recognized that other aspects of the game and our initial launch did not land the way we'd intended. He thanked the players who had tried the game and said the passionate community has grown around the game. The
what now?
That's nonsensical.
The what now?
Because it starts off at 660 and then just gradually drops.
Well,
it hasn't grown.
You can easily deconstruct his not players, bloopers. I do those too, folks. You can easily deconstruct his sentence. I mean, first of all, thanked. It's like, who are you thanking, for one? Players, nobody played the game. At least they did try. Yes, Concord was a game, but I don't think there was a passionate community. Nothing has grown around the project. And you guys don't have an emotion in your body, so I don't think it meant the world to you. There we go.
Yep. Keep on talking. I'm just bringing up another chart.
Well, folks, if you haven't already, go and check out my channel, Ryan Roger Athe, host and founder of Reality Based. Hopefully, the links are in the description down below.
I already subscribed.
They are, mate.
They already are. I even put them on Smooth Side.
Everyone
right,
is
okay. Multiplayer or live services games. Let me put my mouse in the right place. Or live services games that receive regular updates to keep fans playing are lucrative for companies, and Sony has been investing in them. Earlier this year, it released Helldivers 2, a breakout success that sold more than 12 million copies, and also released on PlayStation 5 and PC. Well, interestingly... Interestingly.
That's $1 million, by the way. They made $1 million on this game. $1 million.
Interestingly, those numbers also look like shit currently, thanks to bad balancing and a bunch of idiot moderators on Discord.
Yep.
So I just want to bring up this nugget, because this is a prime example of what you don't do to a game, especially not a game that's doing so well, which is bringing you massive revenue. Let's enforce everybody needs a PlayStation Network account to play it, and then ban it in 177 countries. Then walk back that account restriction, but let's keep the ban in place. So they've gone from a consistent 500,000 player base and now they are down to, let's zoom all the way into the most recent.
Part of me knew that they would fuck this up somehow because it was going too well for Sony.
25,000 in the course of less than 6 months. Let's face it was less than 6 months. They've gone from 500,000 concurrent players. The game was beloved. We were all playing it. I loved the game. And I am so fucking pissed off with the way Sony did what it did. It tainted that game thoroughly for me. I would still, if Sony hadn't done that, I would still be playing it. And even if, and this is the thing, even if Sony had walked back the banning in the 177 countries, I still wouldn't play it.
Yep.
They fucked over the gamers. They fucked over the communities. They told us we're all fucking idiots. And the community managers who did eventually get sacked.
As they should have been.
Then, though, isn't it? It's too late. Damage is done.
The damage is done. The brand is broken. The IP is destroyed. No one's interested. And the funny thing is, and we talked about this on a recent Hump Day podcast, is that the players, after the most recent patch, which introduced kind of like the fire-based weapons, they nerfed the fire-based effects the same time. So everybody was paying for these weapons and saving up for these things, only to all have it nerfed. The players just simply said, do you know what? We're not playing anymore, and let the robots win. They literally allowed the robots to win. And instead of allowing the game to finish, the devs decided to pull a switcheroo.
Yep. And the funny thing is, when the robots won, nothing happened.
Yep.
That was the best thing. And if you look at the numbers here, right? Look at the numbers here. You've got 20,750 free at the moment. That's only on Steam. That's already 345 times more than Concord.
Yes.
Yep. And I mean, the funny thing with Helldivers is that anyway, like tomorrow they're gonna release their big blog post to what they have planned and what they have coming up. It's like, okay, fingers crossed you are not gonna be complete fucking idiots. Like, please. Because the one thing that Helldivers has, at least for it has the chance to remedy itself. They have the opportunity to get some good grace back. And I don't see them doing that, sadly.
They're not going to go back to the levels that they had.
No.
But they can easily get back up to, say, 100,000 players.
Yes.
If they were to put the block, if they were to remove the block on the 170 countries, and they were to walk back some of their nerfs and changes, they could probably increase the amount of players 50-fold. Easy.
Oh, absolutely. Easy. I dare say that before Sony's and PlayStation's interference with the whole PSN and then blocking it in all these different nations and territories, Helldivers 2 was, I dare say, one of the best live service games that I had ever seen. As someone who is personally against the concept itself from existing, it really floored me for a great game that forged a great community and a great lore as well, which is even more difficult to do. Had Sony PlayStation taken a leaf out of Steam's book and just basically kept their mouths shut, maybe sewn their mouths shut so that they wouldn't do it by mistake, and just let the game continue and naturally develop, then that lightning in a bottle would have stayed and kept that game going for about as long as Fortnite has gone, because that was lightning in a bottle for Epic. I know Epic have plenty of flaws as a company, folks, but they know when they got a winner, unlike Sony PlayStation. Why? Because console gaming as a domain is not the same as PC gaming. Sony want to have their cake and eat it in both domains, and that ain't going to happen, especially on Steam. I dare say as well on Epic, because it's a different environment, different perspectives, and PC gamers are not the same as console gamers, just like mobile gamers are not the same as PC gamers. But these corpo rats just don't get that, just like these journo rats that I despise. That's why I don't trust the mainstream media. Don't trust the mainstream media, folks. But in the case of Helldivers, they had lightning in a bottle, and they smashed the bottle and the lightning went away. I mean, there are some instances where you get lightning in a bottle and it just fades away over time, like Power World is a great example of that.
Yes.
Caught lightning in a bottle. I don't think the developers behind it had any idea how well that game would do on its initial release. But
I honestly don't
after a
think they
while,
knew it would be good.
faded out.
I think it's just a fuck up on Sony's part because they didn't know what they had. And when they had something that was going well, they were like, well, this is going a bit too well. How can we fuck this up? That's essentially what they did. If they wouldn't have enforced this stupid fucking rule with PSN, nobody would have batted an eye. The game would still be good, apart from maybe shady monetization and weird rules or anything. But they also enforced these rules on their single-player games now when they come to Steam. I think it was Ghost of Tsushima that needed a PSN account for like the online component at the very least, which is fucking stupid. Which is fucking stupid in my opinion.
And that's the console gaming element of Sony clashing with the PC gaming element, say, of Steam or Epic, because they are the big two platforms. Of Steam definitely eclipses Epic, and that just goes to show console gamers will accept such a thing. PC gamers will not, especially given Sony's crooked history when it comes to user data, and that's assuming it doesn't get stolen by foreign nations. Now, that to me is a bigger disaster than, say, Concord, which was just a calamity of incompetence. But Sony's efforts, which got them to number one in console gaming, is going to destroy them in the PC gaming market, no matter how pretty or entertaining or what's the word?
How good the game actually is.
Good, yes.
The
game is. Yeah.
I just want to challenge something that Smu said. In as much as I think Sony knew exactly what they had.
Yeah, they wanted to fuck it up either way.
I think they knew exactly what they had in Helldivers. They had an opportunity to make a lot of money. But the problem is, and Ryan's correct, PC gamers generally don't put up with that shit. And as a result, they did not anticipate the blowback their changes would affect the game. Simply as that. They knew exactly what they had. They had a winner. They had a money printing machine. They just had to let it run. But they got greedy. They overstepped the mark.
I've got two comments I want to highlight real quick.
I want to highlight Smu first.
Sorry. So Asmanias, I agree. Sony doesn't understand PC gamers. I agree with that. Number one. And number two, Sony's like the Republicans in the US. They sure know how to grab defeat out of the jaws of victory. Very, very accurate.
Well, it's just proof that Sony is actually a great example of how there are at least three different zones of gaming, because over 10 years ago now, I think it is, Sony mastered console gaming as a space while Xbox were trying to corner the market with a multimedia system, trying to mix console and PC together to try and get that gap in the market. It completely failed in the Xbox One. I mean, I personally adore the Xbox One as an entertainment system, all in one.
It is really good.
It had the Connect. You could be a content creator and a live streamer through YouTube and Twitch and the Upload Studio all the way back in late 2013, folks. But sometimes when you push the envelope in all forms of entertainment too soon, or too quickly, rather, it can completely fail. And it led to the failure of the Xbox One, while the PlayStation 4 stayed true to what console gaming was and should be, in my view, and absolutely triumphed, unlike any traditional console before it, and I think after it, too. So they understood the console domain. Sony PlayStation don't understand the PC domain in the same way I don't understand how to survive in Africa, because it's not a place I know, it's not a place I understand, it's not a place I can thrive in. And the same goes with, the most successful black nation created by two Jewish gentlemen. But the point is, folks, in regards to Sony's disasters, whether it's Concord or Helldivers 2, is that they have to go through the painful lesson that PC gaming is not the same as console gaming,
Yes.
and they should learn from those who have thrived in the PC domain, like Steam especially. I mean, Steam has been such a success. Valve's been like, well, we can make way more money just hosting a site than actually making games past the second game. So let's just have Steam. And of course, Epic is its own epic story, but they're a bit snaky, especially recently.
Yeah.
So they have to learn, and this is how they learn, the hard way.
The hard way.
They have
Right,
to.
listen in, guys. Listen in. Right, myself and Smu have gifted out some memberships. Copa, Jason, the Common Nerds, and so forth. Nice Saber. Certainly on my side. Fractured Filter as well. Psycad, Wolfie, Zax, and Justin Martins. Congratulations on those. Smu, have you got your list?
I've got my list. Malthiel22, Subvert X, Jonathan Stevie, Luke Korlovich, Galadon, Major Zap, Naganor, Demonic Rebellion, Andrew Wertner, and Static 2020. Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys, on the memberships. It's probably what we're going to do every time, just on the Wednesday Hump Day, because it's a nice one. The first one in the month. Give those gifts away. Also, Crimson Shadow, 4 months membership. Here's to another month. Beers in hand. Actually, a beer would be really nice right now.
I would love to have a beer right now.
I've got some downstairs. I've got some downstairs.
I'd love more
it's
tea,
never too early. Never too early. Let's hide that comment. Right, back to this fun nugget. The live market service is incredibly hard to break into, guys. And stats from analytics firm Newzoo, which I've never ever heard of, which tracks the most played games, regularly finds that year-old titles like Minecraft, Roblox, League of Legends top the charts. Earlier this year, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League from publisher Warner Brothers also failed to attract as many people as the company would have hoped for.
Gee, I wonder why.
Its high-profile launch. Why do you think that was, Stasis?
Well, I'm guessing the word would be artards developing it.
Oh,
and they went against the actual Justice League. And Suicide Squad is a separate entity to the Justice League. As soon as you put them together, there's only one winner, and that is the Justice League.
Yeah,
so when
Kenzo,
they did it, everybody else went, "Oh,
Ryan loves big black cock."
Like that whole thing. I don't know who ever played. I would not even play that. But against literally people who play the games are like looking at it and going, "No, Batman would do something different. Blah 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 would do something different. Such and such." It's literally stupid. That's the thing is they
don't understand the characters.
We're doing that great because we've read. Not even read. They probably was in a room for 15 minutes and somebody gave them. Look, this is what it is. And literally everybody who are the fans, even if you go to the concept of Concord, the fans that would enjoy it, they just went, let's do that.
Well, I just want to come back to Greg. I just want to come back to Greg because Greg was going to make a point before I interrupted him earlier. Go for it.
Really want a cup of tea?
That was separate. I was just going to say that the one thing that the developers of Helldivers 2 did was they kind of managed to unite console players and PC players by providing like a common battlefield and then the connectivity for crossplay, and everybody could get together and play on one platform, and it was great. That was what was good about it, was it unified gamers across all platforms, which is something new. That was what attracted me to the game, and I'm really disappointed with the way that panned out. Mishandled.
I will say, in regards to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, it really was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was wrong in so many ways. It was so egregious in its execution that it, along with Sweet Baby Inc., inspired a new generation of Gamergate to be unleashed and to wreak havoc on the Journo rats, as I like to call them. I think the real kick in the balls that not many people talk about today is the fact that Kevin Conroy's last official role, that is, was getting shot by a crazy woman in the head.
But that's
and
the
they're
problem, like,
from
even if
the,
the game. Sorry, go on.
they're writing from the Batman is a fascist camp, aren't they? So
Yeah,
straight away
exactly.
they're predisposed. Everyone on the good side is bad.
Batman's a fascist.
But you look at like the age group that are going to pay for the game. It's it's a lot of money. Yeah, so they know the kind like law. Even if you go for modern day, I don't know, Spider-Man, Batman, like or Superman, whatever you go for that modern day audience, they didn't do what they did in this game. So as soon as it is, somebody's gonna actually play it, even if it's good gameplay, they get to the, I suppose, cut scenes, the story play at the end of it, and they're like, this ain't my these are not my heroes. Like, if you're gonna do anti-heroes, they need to be anti-heroes. They need to be a Riddick. Great,
exactly.
Great modern day anti-hero. Just fuck you, F off, I'm gonna kill you all. That's great. But as soon as like somebody who came out like Harley Quinn came against Batman or Superman, no. Different league. Completely different.
That's the infection you're seeing. And you're seeing this, unfortunately, folks. You're seeing this infection everywhere across the Western world. I compare it to a disease because it does literally infect people. It's called the woke mind virus for a reason. Great example I brought up on Will of the Fans' channel, who I usually stream with, is the senior editor over at Kotaku, Alyssa Mercante, who in the space of 12 years went from a perfectly normal young lady who was interested in games and in makeup tutorials as a content creator, and in the span of 12 years became a raging, raving, lunatic leftist who had fully embraced wokeness, digital prostitution, video games, journalism, and alcoholism. That probably that too. But the
sorry,
point is,
are we talking about Tomby or sorry, McCarthy?
Oh my!
About myself.
You just read out Tomby's CV.
The point I was trying to make. The point I was trying to make is, if it can happen to her, she can be a perfectly normal young woman and then get corrupted through the education system, through the mainstream media system, through the institutions of power. It's like an airborne version of the One Ring, folks, and it's capable of corrupting everyone. It even corrupted one of Elon Musk's children, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
If it can happen to the family or the families, because he is a bit of a player, of the richest man, officially richest man on planet Earth, it can happen to every single one of you. It could happen to me. It could happen to your friends, your family, and worst of all, your own fucking children or child relatives if you have nieces, nephews.
The thing is, they subtly, people don't realize they put it in there. Like, I'm going to bring up like probably Luke Skywalker, subtly done. But then you've got the female, like main ones. They are all doing like here with Alien, like Ripley. Everybody here loves Ripley, like really strong character. But now in the modern, like if we go by the like what the last 4 films of like the Alien franchise, they're not women. It's like the sense of like a woman can be a woman. They're like something completely irate from that. And that's what they get. They get that little snippet of changing these little elements. Literally, so that is the norm. That is the norm. Look at it. Look, we're growing up with the norm. And that's it. It's like either degrading the men, up in the it's not even up in the women, because the women aren't being portrayed. Like if you go for like La Femme Nikita, they're nothing like that. That characters in those things, they're nothing like Ripley. They're nothing like that. They're like an alternative variation, and that alternative variation of like your hero, even if it's feminine, man, but whatever, blah blah blah, is being downgraded. Of like that's the norm. That is what we want you to perceive it as. This is a cartoon character. This is a Mickey Mouse with whatever crap goes onto it.
Oh, yeah, you're describing
human things.
you're describing the infection camouflaging itself to look like part of the body, in this case, rather, the body of entertainment. And I think that's going to get a lot better over the next few years because our opposition is never truly defeated. You guys, I'm assuming some of you are old enough to remember the old Cold War, in which communism controlled half the world and then suddenly collapsed. They didn't say, I guess we should give up now. No, they just changed the rules and infected the countries they despised. And we're going to see that again in the entertainment space. Wokeness as a thing will be destroyed, but its successor will camouflage better into our popular culture and convince not only the normies, but the kind of content creator who I call a pop culture reformer, the reformers who want to reform the establishment and make it great again. Most of them, for some reason, are movie and TV reviewers, or as I like to call them, film snobs, for lack of.
But that's why, like, you got like I can't say Eastern Asia because it's slightly different. Like I suppose like Oriental, and then
rice muncherland.
You got Eastern Europe and like the Scandinavian sector, I suppose, like that. That's where you want to kind of watch. That's like the TV you kind of want to watch. That's the movies you kind of watch because they're great. They are great portraying of people, and if they go by, they give it the what the Hollywood phrase for a modern audience. No, it's set in a modern world. We're not giving the bullshit. We're not giving the facade of like what Hollywood is given to, and it's like Hollywood is like it is a virus. It's like it's like a locust. It's like over the like UK, Ireland, like that, like in some like Germany, like in France. They're like it's the locusts getting there, and it's like that. And if you go to like certain parts of like Mexico, Canada's literally been viruses swept from the locusts over and over. And that's the problem.
I'd like to make Geek a bit sad because I'm gonna tell him right here, right now, who and where did Dustborn come from? It came from Norway.
Yeah,
Norway.
Well, yeah.
They sadly came from Norway, yeah. And it looks like Life is Strange.
Is that the developers or where it was developed?
I think it was both.
Both. Yeah, it was both.
Yeah. 77 different territories financed Dustborn. So that's 50 states in the US, 27 countries in the European Union.
That's the problem. You get a great idea if it's like I'm going to spit out Romania. You would get a great concept in Romania, but because they need the funding, they need to branch. And as soon as they branch out and go, we need funding, blah blah blah. Then there's that one company goes, yeah, we're going to give you the money. Bum, bum, bum. It's like if you watch Dragon's Den. We're going to give you the money, but, and there's the but. You need to do this, and it's like, that's not the game. That's not the story. But if you don't, we're not going to give you that million. And to the CEO, that'll make us survive. We don't need to spend $1 million on the game. We need to set that, and we need to just ruin a little bit of the game. And then, unfortunately, they don't realize that ruining that 5-10% of the game ruins all the game. If it's even it's like that. So that's the problem. They get into the main. And you look at the other games, some like ones who come out sneakily, who've done really well, like that, who haven't gone for the, look, we're going to fund it ourselves. We're going to try and promote it ourselves, like old school. Like I suppose like a B movie, let's say that. We're gonna get that $300,000. We're gonna work our asses off. We're gonna get the right people, the people who are intelligent enough to give us the game, who wants to work hard, who wants to like give for the company. They do well. But the problem with society now is now the whole point of companies. They now know, not like I suppose like back in I'm guessing it's like if we got 70s, 80s. Born people here, your parents were like, our companies cared about you. You worked for a company and they cared about you. Now you'll be lucky enough if you're 4 or 5 years in a company and they treat you like shit. Why? Because you're replaceable. Because it's so broad horizon what you can do. They just don't care. So why do I care? If I'm a developer, I'm going to this company. Look, somebody else is going to employ me. Blah blah blah. You want me to do what? Blah 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 blah. I've just write the code in. Yeah, it f's up the game. Who gives a shit? You can still pay me my £15 an hour, whatever it is. They don't care.
Yep.
And that's the problem. There's so much. I just don't give a shit.
I think in Norway, for instance, I saw like Sedge earlier on did a thing on it, and what they were saying was there's a lot of indie studios that exist as kind of small scale businesses that are kind of art house developers that maybe have an idea that they're working on, and they kind of get annual or biannual art grants, which they basically use to run their business operation, and so they're not really tied to a commercial success for any of their projects, and and it's a grant they're getting, so they're basically qualified for it. Given the money, if they've qualified before, they're more likely to get extra money. So it's basically a scam for a bunch of businesses that aren't commercially viable in order to keep Sami people earning a wage and then paying taxes. So it's like a big tax loop. They also built a toilet for 10 million.
But it's not about feeding the machine.
That is a slight. I'm going to give you that. But it's also like, remember, like, here we go, like 90s bands. Everybody remembers 90s band. And do you remember, like, Offspring? Offspring was a kind of offshoot thing, and then they went commercial. Why, like, there's in bands. Remember them bands that were like, oh, I like them, they're a bit edgy. And then they did that commercial one. That's what everybody wants. Why? Because their publicists going, if you do this,
you get a lot of money.
You're going to get a lot of money. And then what happens is, ooh, we like the money. We like the money. And that's the problem. So you get all these ones and the people in there who, like, you might have been a programmer, whatever, colorer, whatever. As soon as you get the money, the money feels good. And it does. And that's how they manipulate people.
Talking about money quickly. Yep, talking about money quickly. Andy Matthews for 5 whole dib-dobs. If you have to see yourself in media, then why is Squid Game and anime so popular? It's like you can see a person, not a car. You are 100% correct.
And that's exactly why they're all getting spanked by Black Myth Wukong.
Yep. Yeah, but look at that. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? The shows that everybody likes at the moment. It's not just China, but like that. But you can cut us literally like that. Boom. Put it out there. Why? Because they're just making good written TV, and it's probably like Squid Games. How much did that probably cost? Like Acolyte, 180 million.
Of what? A fraction of that.
You can draw a line straight on the left-hand side of Russia, all the way down, include Ukraine, include all Asia, and everything on that side.
Boom.
That eastern side is producing stuff that people are actually interested in playing. And you're not talking about big developers either. You're talking about small developers or indies. Now, Smu, you've got to disappear off, yes?
Not yet, but I've actually just found the budget for Squid Game. It's 21.4 million for season 1. That's like 2.4 million per episode, and that was like a 9-part series.
Jesus,
think of that, and that's a quarter of the cost of Stranger Things. That's fucking ridiculous.
But you look at like TV like that. Bollywood. Why has Bollywood not done the DEI then? Probably bigger than Hollywood coming up to.
India,
why is Bollywood bigger? But it won't sell in their own country. It will not go down well in their own country. You just have to look at the makeup of the country.
The odd one that does it.
Continent.
But they do not give a shit because literally no Hollywood, really, except for probably Avatar and stuff like that, would break into that. But literally, that's what we like. That's the region. We're going to make as much as you make, but we're doing it our way. And that is the same as like Japan, China. Well, we can make, if there's one that comes out there, little spring chicken, boom for us, and we'll make more money on it. Like that.
Japan is a great example of why this infection is going to infect every country that tolerates wokeness, because this disease is starting to spread there, and it is starting to influence their projects, especially Japanese related projects that get then that they export that the West imports. So in lands that tolerate what I like to call weaponized weakness, which is in the name, you weaponize weakness,
Correct.
where weakness is strength and strength is weakness. In countries that allow that, this disease is going to spread and it's going to thrive. It's happened in the West. It happened in the West first because we're the most open and tolerant society in human history.
Let me ask you this one great question then. This is literally, because the English language and you've got the Japanese language and the Japanese culture, but you've got the English language and it's literally, there's multiple English cultures. Now, do you think the Japanese are going to take it as much as the British take it, because it's a broader cultural society? I think if that actually as hardcore as it went in, like if it went to Japan, I think the Japanese culture is so different to the Western culture. I just think they're not going to buy it. They're not going to tolerate it.
Well, I'd love to agree with Status Geek, and then I remind people that Japan has the world's third biggest communist party behind Russia and China. They've had a left-wing problem for a very long time. Thankfully, it's never gotten into government, mainly because they have tyrannies on their doorstep. But in regards to wokeness, there being a cultural barrier to it, I wish that were true. In regards to Japan, a lot of the influence is coming from the West, telling Japanese developers especially, no, this kind of nonsense works well in our lands. Put it in your games and put it in your other projects. And we're starting to see it happen because our opposition are very good at not only damage control, they're also very good at narrative control as well, which is why it's very important for content creators to speak their minds, to speak truth to power, and destroy the bubbles around the normies and destroy the empire of lies that is built around them. So unfortunately, unless it's called out, it's going to spread. The West is proof of that, because 10 years ago, there were nowhere near as many content creators speaking out as there is today. But I do think this will spread into Japan. It's already starting. Unfortunately, I think it will also spread into India, although it is going to take a lot longer. I think the two countries where wokeness is going to be resisted the most, and this is, you're going to think I'm crazy for saying this, is Russia and China. For one reason, Russia despises the West with a fucking passion and anything it stands for, including our culture and entertainment. And China would probably be the most surprising for two reasons. Because one, they're actually a communist superstate, and the people who spread wokeness are also, for the most part, communists. And second of all, China doesn't tolerate weakness in any way, shape, or form. It can't be weaponized against them. And I think another part of the world, or two parts of the world, that we're quite ignoring, because it's usually best to ignore them, are the African continent and the Middle East. Now, if they ever become civilized places, I think wokeness will not be able to infect those lands unless, Western sanctions really punch them in the penis, for lack of a better term. Why? Because they definitely do not allow weaponized weakness. Plus, they have inner principles that make it impossible for minority groups of any kind to do well. And that's what wokeness preys upon. That's why it
preys
so
upon
well.
It needs it. It needs that host. Right, Smu, you need to disappear off.
But also, they don't play. But they also don't play cricket.
They also don't.
They don't play cricket. That's correct. That's correct.
Right. So let's let Smu the DJ escape. Tell us what you're up to. What you're doing.
I'm just going to enjoy the last few days of my trip. I'm going to return to Germany on Monday, so it's going to be Tuesday afternoon for me when I'm actually back. But yeah, other than that, I'm actually uploading a few videos onto the onto the main channel, which is fuck off, Stasis. I'm going to mute you, you fucking cunt. Fucking cunt. Anyway, I uploaded a few. Got a few videos queued up for the main channel. Some are Concord, some are not. Because I want to profit from the flopping of that fucking game. And yeah, other than that, you will probably catch me playing a few games next week. definitely going to be back for Thursday. Maybe some Team Play Thursday things. I'll wait and see what happens. But other than that, I'm just going to enjoy my trip for the time being, and let you guys roll on with the show. Until then, you take care of yourselves, folks. I'll keep you updated.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hey.
Thanks, man.
What?
Go. Just go.
It's me. It's
no.
Mario.
No.
Oh, fuck
Nice
off,
move.
dickhead.
Oh no, he gone.
Right, Concord hits, and this is what made me laugh the most. So already they've decided that
Let me get my ears on.
that scalping the game and trying to sell it for 10,000 is going to be obviously a winner. Have you got a tenner I can borrow? Look, I know you don't do loans, but I swear I'll pay you back. Why do I need it? 10,000. Now this isn't the most egregious one actually.
25, wasn't it?
25
40.
grand, yeah.
45.
45. Holy shit. I saw this one. I saw this beautiful fuck nugget. 25,000 from DC John. Great bloke.
God.
All I can say is good luck with that kind of like mindset because you ain't going to get anywhere with it.
What was that? What was that game?
Idiot.
That famous game that they buried. What was that?
E.T. E.T. they buried for the Atari 2600 in a basically in a car park in Mexico.
I was going to say
It
it
might
was in a
be-
landfill or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in a landfill in Mexico or
This
Brazil.
this
one of
game
the two.
needs to, where it needs to end up. Is literally
Yeah, Highlander says side scrollers. Craig bought 2 copies. Yes, he was very proud, showing those off on Twitter. I was laughing.
Oh, 2 copies.
Yep.
Yeah. When they announced the cancellation, he was on a stream, and I think he ditched out the stream.
What do you do? Like use it as a
As a
plate
thought.
mat, like literally like the drink mat or something. I don't know. Like a mouse mat.
I set it on fire myself.
Super rare, collectible bit of.
The funny thing is,
memorabilia.
this game has got minority of not how it literally of a game that failed, and this is the problem
Yes.
we've got now. It's so many. You get the good one, but there's like 10 that are shite, and that's the
Yeah.
problem. Or 10, or even not that. It's like 5 that have been announced that you know are going to be crap. That like it's like stupid. Like we could name now. I'm guessing somebody might know in chat an Assassin's Creed game that might not be well received. Don't know who that would be. I do be, but that's the problem. They gear themselves up for the crap. It's literally. Do you remember the days when? Oh, here's a surprise, new game. Find out yourself. Enjoy. If you know, and everybody. Oh, this is good. Word of mouth. Now it's just like you're burying. How are the developers or the PR agency already? They are burying themselves because they go out with going, oh, these are the phrases we need to say, and they screw themselves over.
Our reposition certainly. Sorry, Tomby, but I just
No, you go for it, sir.
A final point. I think it's very important for folks to realize, and it's usually far more difficult to explain this to Americans because money is practically their religion at this point. But our opposition have arguably never been what I like to call financially based. In a sense, they're like an anti-version of reality based. It's not about the funds, it's about the cause. And if you stand in their way in any way, shape, or form, whether you're a person, an organization, or a project, you're getting buried, you're getting infested, and you're getting destroyed. That's why I thank goodness that I operate reality based on a budget of 0, because it enables me to keep on going and keep on growing no matter the suppression thrown at me. And that's the one great thing about content creation, because most of us can start out, do well, build solid communities, have great talks like the ones we're having, and if we get purged, we can always start again in another platform. So there you go.
Indeed. Right. So I jokingly on IGN released the post, and I jokingly turned around and said, I almost guarantee they'll make a petition in order to save it. Now, I don't think this petition is actually real. I think this is actually fake because I can't actually find any form of petition on change.org with relation to Concord. So if anybody in chat has found any links to any form of petitions for the game, please let me know.
Probably a meme though, yeah?
Yeah, I think this is more a meme because of the recent cancellation. Now, it has come up in Reddit a few times, and every time it's been mentioned in Reddit, they've kind of like shut down the threads. So I think it's a bit of a meme, but we did laugh at its expense at the fact that they probably get less people signing the signature than they did actually playing, which would actually be quite amusing. Now, part of me says, make your petition, see how many people sign it, and then ask yourself, if all of these people are wanting to save the game, why weren't they playing it in the first place? Because it's clear that these people weren't interested in it. They're just virtual signaling now that it's going to a petition, or if it ever does go to a petition. But ultimately, I think the game is dead. Bye-bye. See you later. Don't let the door.
There's a possibility even worse than that, though, Tomby, and I think we've seen it with the Acolyte petition. And I think it broader beyond the Acolyte petition is our opposition to a whole. I really do think most of the people who support wokeness aren't even real people. I think a lot of this is algorithmic intelligence in work, trying to gaslight the people of the Western world, especially, into oblivion. I know that you could say that it's, oh, that's a bit too sci-fi, but technology really has developed a lot over the past decade, certainly over the course of my life. We can play Guess the Age a little later, folks. But I really do believe that at a certain level, we're not even dealing with people. And I do think the financially based world we're living in is coming to an end, which is why all of this stuff is getting infected. To destroy our popular culture, to then destroy our wider culture, to then destroy the financially based world, and to create a world where you own nothing and you be happy.
Happy for it. Yep. That's the problem. Steve says he likes your accent, Ryan.
Go and check out my channel. I'm sure you will enjoy what I have to offer. Which part of me do you like, folks? The kind and considerate part, or the extremely controversial and offensive part? I tend to vary between two different states of mind. So,
well, I've liked everything that I've heard so far, and when I saw that you were coming on, I went on your channel and signed up, and I watched a bit of your intro video song you put together. I noticed so that many of the people in the thumbnail on the channel, guys I've watched, like Will, Hypnotic, there was a couple of others as well. So like you hang in good company. So thanks for coming on.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to meet new people. I mean, I've interacted with in the span of, it's nearly 3 years now. My goodness. I'd say at least 500 content creators.
Awesome.
Maybe 600 off the top of my head. And hopefully as time goes on, we'll meet hundreds more, maybe thousands more, because no, I'm not giving away my age. That's a special game we're going to play later.
The interesting thing, Greg, is you have to scroll quite a way back into Ryan's illustrious history of uploads and find his rising stars on Mr. Porkchop.
Right.
Because that's how I found Ryan. Is a long time ago he did a Rising Stars for Mr. P, and that's how I found Ryan's content.
We actually brought that back as a show, reality-based Rising Stars. My voice nearly died, covering 9 Rising Stars in nearly 2 hours. But yeah, great show, did very well, and hopefully we can chop up each one into a video and keep the series going.
Nice.
What else is on the agenda, Tomby?
2 seconds, motorbike.
Motorbike. Bye.
Brum, brum.
Game on. Right, okay, what's on?
It's your weekly striptease in 20 minutes, Greg.
Mine?
Yes.
I thought you were
I was going to say you need to do your striptease soon, mate.
Yeah. I normally do. I really want one day. This is a thing. If somebody's got the balls, you know when you play the music at the beginning.
Someone has balls.
No, somebody has balls. Yeah, literally, somebody
Yes.
comes back, they're completely naked.
Oh.
I just want to happen.
Well,
I'm gonna go.
You.
I'm gonna pull the RAF rank, and I'm gonna make the Navy.
The RAF what?
Yeah, the Royal Air Force. And I'm gonna,
he's going to try and infer that the Royal Air Force can tell the senior service what to do, whereas we're going to turn around and say, "Get fucked, you flat top shirt lifter." Fuck off.
But who were more likely to get naked in the pub? Would it be the Royal Navy or the RAF?
Let's then have the competition of. Let's have a poll in chat. Fuck it. Who would earn more naked? Super chat. Where is the fucking poll button? Carry on talking. I'm making a poll.
Captain Chaos.
Who would make more money being naked?
Oh my God, you're gonna give all 3 people. The thing is,
Stasis
who's the crowd? Who's the crowd?
Well, I think it's only fair that the regular panel, those on camera, are the ones in the poll.
Okay, all right. So do I need to start? Just give.
Don't drag me into this. I am.
Fuck off! You're included, you fucking dipshit.
Oh shit! I thought you meant I needed a little snippet.
My goodness, you've got a Jimmy Dore lookalike, you've got a Justin Lee Collins lookalike,
Fuck
and
yes.
you've got a guy who wants to live in America.
Yeah, indeed. We're all winning.
Yeah, but my hair's good.
Right, the poll is out. Who would make more money naked? Stasis Queef, Kadaf, Smu, Tomby, who is the best ifs?
Oh, it's definitely.
Oh, it's a race with Smu. Or
See,
Stasis and Smu.
I'm both.
Thank fuck I'm safe from this shit.
Why did mine
How the hell did you get saved? You literally could kick the shit out of all of us and just be there by yourself.
I
That's
voted
the problem.
for myself.
He
and it
literally
went
would be
down.
like, "You've got all 6 of us there." Mara would just be like, "I beat the shit out of you, put you in the fucking bin, and there I am. I've won all the money."
I'm quite happy the fact that I am dead last. I am 100% happy that I'm dead last. Whoever wins this has to follow through. Now, obviously, if it's
I'll get naked. I'll get naked.
if it's
Definitely
Smu, he's got to kilt it up.
Oh my God.
So we're going to leave that running for a good half an hour. Why not? Fuck it.
It's definitely going to be Smu because people paid so much money just to see him in a kilt.
Plus he's younger than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Come, my God.
Plus,
It's
Smu is
comedy.
German, and they're into some sick shit over there.
Yeah, I mean, he's quite happy to probably have
you don't
some
even
chick
know.
crap on his chest.
He's probably listening. And
Oh no,
wishing he was here so he could
Stasis
tell us
Geek
to fuck
is
off.
in joint first position.
Whoa.
Stasis Queef. Oh, come on. Vote for
It's the
Stasis.
girls.
We want to
It's
see
the
him
girls.
naked. Let's do it.
Oh,
We want to see Stasis naked. Do it. Right.
I think
I'm
I
glad
think I'll
nobody
put our
else
videos up.
Thank God.
Bearing in mind that we've only just finished the first fucking time.
I think the others are optional, surely.
We're gonna bounce through a few things. Funniest thing of the I would say probably one of the funniest things I've seen this week is Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power has officially lost half its audience from season 1. Well done, Amazon. So 902,000 tuning in to watch the first episodes of Rings of Pooh season 2 on Amazon Prime over its first 5 days versus the 1.8 million for season 1. Hanayama, you were going to say something.
Yeah. Oh no, how sad. The Rings of Piss has lost half its audience.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
You know,
Literally.
Never.
Anyway,
I would consider this to be a celebration if our opposition gave a damn about viewership, because I am
Yes.
literally of the belief now that no one could watch any of these shows and they would just make more of them. It's all about narrative control, and
Well,
it's not
it
even
is.
about getting people to watch.
Well, I always say Rings of Power, they're screwed anyway. They could literally be down to like 5,000 people, and they're contractually obliged to do 5 seasons.
And I think it's fantastic there to congratulate fucking contractually. I need to put my fucking teeth back in, man.
You're
I need to put my teeth
becoming
back in.
American, Tommy.
Can't even fucking speak the kings.
Just
Be the kings. Be
Well,
the
the thing
kings.
is,
The kings.
what? Did you say the King's English? Fuck off.
King's English.
Fuck off. It's the Queen's English. It'll always be the Queen's English.
No kings now.
No, it's the Queen's English, my friend. It'll never be the King's English, that fucking blithering idiot.
Darling. What?
You should know that I'm not a royalist. Not since the Queenie died.
Oh, I
Fucking idiot.
like Giles. He's great.
You like him sticking his little fucking finger in your butt.
I would actually say, did you actually meet him?
No, I met Queen. I didn't do. I didn't have the opportunity to reach around the bushes and feel Charles up, mate.
Very, very gracious, very likable chap. Let's just
I like the Duke of Windsor, but for all the wrong reasons. Please continue, Tom.
I had cucumber sandwiches with the Queen.
No.
Yes, and she's very short. I was actually surprised to find someone shorter than me. To be honest, I mean, it doesn't take much. But
very
fucking
short.
Jesus.
I was going to say was.
She's
very
a fucking sack midget. But she was the best. She was the best hobbit and head of state that I've ever fucking met. So yeah, Queenie.
It wasn't a dirty hole. It wasn't a grimy hole.
What?
It was a hobbit hole. A hobbit.
It was a hobbit hole. Indeed. And now 2 meters down, and definitely half as dense. She's probably melting in her tomb right now. Anyway, back to Lord of the Rings, or Rings of Power. I mean, let's face it, we're not really expecting anything different from this show, are we? Come on. How many people have actually are up to date with the program?
I've not watched a single episode ever. When the first season came out, I cancelled Amazon Prime and sent them a strongly worded message.
Welcome back, Yarnie. I've been watching
this. Not be watching anymore.
Oh, it's the penile race. Turns around and says, "I've watched them all." You're Highlander. You're braver than me, mate. You're braver than me.
What has he watched though? Watched them all. That could he could mean he's watched us all because he's got spy cameras in our bedrooms.
Yes.
Interesting, but probably true.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I apologise for the profusive amounts of time I touch my pee-pee.
It's
But
like
I'm
that
not
got done in was it Edinburgh, wasn't it? Got done for the Lecky.
Yeah. But Andy Matthews, only because I watched Disbrew's coverage. First, Tommy wants to see Stasis nude. Second, Tommy likes Queenies. Yeah, of course. I mean, it goes without saying. As long as I'm not getting fucking naked, that's fine.
Okay.
We all want to see Stasis's hairy nips.
I got hairy nips.
It's
hairy.
Are you just like
Prove it.
You got no hair on your chest? What fucking kind of a man are you?
He manscapes.
Right, hands up. How many men on the panel? Sorry, Yarnie, you're not included. I've got hairy
You cannot,
hairy bits.
Do not discriminate. Do not discriminate.
I'm a fucking monkey, man. I'm literally a monkey. It just fucking comes out the top of my shirt and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I've probably got fucking
bits.
I've probably got 2-inch fucking hairs on my fucking chest. I can plait my fucking chest.
I thought you were going to say a 2-inch penis.
You got a 2-inch penis. What?
My shoulders are hairier than Eric July's, folks. I'm telling you.
Holy shit.
I am a hairy young man.
You are the Rug Muffin. That's oh, mate, that's your fucking new nickname. Ryan, the Rug Muffin. Fuck yes.
This is how you know you're loved.
We need the music, Tomby. Greg's music.
Oh, fuck yeah. Right, hold on 2 seconds.
It's not my
Right.
music. Stop.
Rug Muffin.
My music.
It's
Rug
your
Muffin.
music. Deal with it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's better than being called a Klansman, I'll tell you that.
Oh, we've got to put the subtitle on as well. The subtitle's on.
There we go. Perfect. That needs to
bless
be a
you.
GIF.
You're a good sport. You're a good sport. But Rug Muffin is fucking quality. On the spot, on a cup. Are you drinking beer as well, Stasis?
No, that's Ribena.
Ugh, you fucking gay.
What a twink.
Yeah.
I wanted some
100%.
Oh my God,
He is a
right.
fucking twink. He probably. Do you know what, Ryan? He probably warmed it up in the microwave as well to be extra fucking twinkage.
Oh, I'm not ill. Just fancied some sugar.
Bit of Vimto in there.
Okay, so
Fucking twinkage.
Tombi, does that mean he now gets renamed to Stasis Twink?
I do believe, especially considering. Right, let's end the poll there because I like those poll numbers.
I wasn't holding.
Right.
Who won?
I wonder.
Tombi loves polls.
Go on. Show it.
Yeah, because most of the time I
Stasis
just
had
make
a-
them work for me, mate.
Stasis had a late surge there.
So Stasis Queef wins with 46%. Smu the DJ with 34. Kadath, third place, 11%.
Good
And Tommy,
choice,
who is the
everybody.
bestest,
the hair.
7%.
Gotta
It
be the
drags up
hair.
the rear and clearly the most ugly person ever, which I'm glad about, actually. Stasis, so next, oh, there he goes.
Oh, no.
Shit, fuck.
He's getting.
Um,
He's going to be modeling some of his girlfriend's lingerie now.
Oh, please,
Get ready.
please,
It's
please.
going to be advertised.
Oh, fuck. My fucking eyes.
Oh, yes!
I need to bleach my eyes. I need to bleach my eyes.
What a way, ladies and gentlemen, to make a first impression with a special guest. Eh?
I need to
Leave
I
it
need
up to
bleach.
Stasis.
I have a pierced nipple. Deal with it, bitches.
I need to fucking bleach my
didn't
fucking
even
face.
Thankfully, I blinked and missed it.
That was fantastic.
No, Greg, you are safe anyway. You have shot per
I
level.
got, worst thing is, Tombi knows both of us have done much worse.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not agreeing to that statement.
What
I'm not fucking
happens
falling
if-
for that trap.
What happens in the
Oh,
Navy
no,
States
I've
and
got
the
video
Navy?
evidence.
I ain't fucking falling for that trap. You can fuck.
Exactly.
Traps are gay.
Yeah.
Yes, traps
Yeah,
are
Stasis is
gay.
going to show his Prince Albert next.
Oh, fucking
Jesus.
hell.
The one that you applied to him.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it still infected?
I don't
Yes.
trust Stasis when he's off camera for some reason.
The royal penis is now clean.
But Greg, why do you not
Abe?
trust the Stasis if he goes
Abe.
off camera?
Yes.
No, he's just
There you
having to. Oh no! It's been immortalized.
I'm out of focus. I'm out of focus.
Oh!
Look
The
at that
serious face, too.
sexy body.
Sexy.
Hang on. I'm slipping that.
Oh,
no,
God.
no,
The
put it
hair.
back.
It's the hair that gets
Oh,
people.
put it back.
You get
Yeah,
What
hair.
the fuck?
Yeah, put it back.
That's
We
very
need 38 more
blurry.
seconds.
There you go.
It's really blurry because you're breaking the fucking camera, you dick.
No. Or do you want me to go like proper dance mode?
There we go.
Yes.
Demonetized.
Oh.
Anyway,
Yeah, go.
Oh, go on, hold it. Hold it. Look at how many. Look, hold it. If we get 2 more people,
have you noticed
Every
how the
time
fucking views
they're
are just
gonna go-
spikes?
yeah, hold it. No, hold it. We're 100. We're at 100. Fucking making it. I'm
Nice.
doing it again. Fuck it. All right.
See, you
anybody
needed to
just
get
fucking
Bob's showing to
give
get this numbers up.
Yep,
New-
Bob's
new-
out.
99. Can't do it no more. Fuck it.
Rudy's joined us over on Twitter. Is probably terrified of everything that's going on right now. But Benadryl, Camber Patch.
I lost the plug. Earplug.
Yes. Right. 902 US households watched the first episode of season 2 over the course of 5 days versus the 1.8 million. Samba's tweets are a little confusingly worded as they explicitly state the viewership estimate for season 2 was for 1 episode only. But I was able to confirm that season 1's estimate was also for its first episode. While fairly common for non-watercool series to lose viewerships between seasons, this could be a worrying finding for season 2 once the full Nielsen numbers... I hate the Nielsen numbers anyway, but I'm actually almost tempted. I haven't actually started watching season 2, but I'm actually tempted to watch it just so I can do a quick Tommy review.
Oh, snap.
They pumped out 3 episodes for season 2 back to back to back, and they've just bled out in terms of viewership. It just goes to show how desperate they are over there, but I'm sure they'll get a season 3 and 4 and 5. They might just push this or kick this can down the road until the end of the decade. And Tolkien's legacy will be not removed, exterminated by a company named after a rainforest that specializes in delivering boxes made out of trees, which is Tolkien's version of Satan.
Mm-hmm. But that's the problem. It's like after Christopher died, they literally the siblings, I suppose, like the grandkids and whatever, they just didn't give a shit. Like they sold it, like you're saying, like they will milk this, but they signed up. Even if Amazon go, we've had enough. They are they have to give them the money for 5 seasons, and it's based over a few years. So literally, do they give them the money, or do they just go, look, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, just cut it off and just give them the money? Like this ain't gonna be. Let's just be like, there are series out there, and probably everybody knows the series that you watched once and then you didn't like, but then you got to like it and you got to love it, and then it went on and went on like that. Like a good one, I know Stephen John, like because it had a fan base already, Deep Space Nine. Everybody didn't like Deep Space Nine when it first came out, and then people started to love it and love it and love it. This is not one of those. This has got the franchise behind it. This is ruining what was there. Like Deep Space Nine, kind of just people kind of got the concept of it, and people kind of started to really appreciate what Deep Space
it felt
was.
Especially towards the end, it felt like a Netflix show before Netflix was a thing.
It did, yeah,
100%. Yeah, like what everybody I've heard is just like this is like a cheap budget crap. Put it out there. We're gonna make it as cheap as we can, but we're gonna spend loads of money. So I like to see where the money is. Is it in the contractual agreements? Because it's not a Peter Jackson. And I hate to say, like, it's not even a Peter Jackson brain dead. This, like, if you did like a brain dead Peter Jackson version of this, give him that. Like, but this is not nowhere near it.
I always make the joke of what country is this project being money laundered to, Ukraine or Israel? Because a lot of money has gone into Rings of Power, and you just can't see it. Where is it?
But that's what happens. Like, how many shows? They've got these big budgets, or movies, they've got these big budgets. Either they're literally incompetent accountants. Like, here we go. What's it? Last Indiana Jones movie. They spent, was it 30 to 50? I can't remember if it's 30,000 or 50,000 pound a day when they were
50 grand a day.
50 grand a day for their catering, and the catering was for 200 people.
You legitimately have to ask, where the hell is this going? Like, legitimately.
Is the accountants culpable of, like, they're going, sod it, literally, we're Disney, we're Warner Brothers, blah blah blah, whatever, we don't care? Or are they that stupid, absolutely that stupid, that people realize, oh, this is Disney playing for it, this is Amazon playing it, we're times it by 6, and they don't give a shit? Because
I think
it's
a lot
ridiculous.
of them
like, look at that. Like, you go back to that picture, Tomby.
Which one?
The haircut.
I was just going to say, though, in regards to where the money's going, another thing we could consider is that a lot of people involved in these projects see them for the cash cows they are, and they siphon funds
Yeah,
into their own
100%.
personal
Like, look-
accounts.
Okay, look at the left, look at the right. The right is probably a wig. 100% a wig.
Definite
The one
definite
is-
extensions.
Yeah,
Definite
yeah, and
extensions.
the left is gel back extensions. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, look at the difference of what you're going to get shot by shot. This is where you're going to get clever, because if you're going to get a wig like that, you've got to comb it. The wind when you're out is going to be different. The left hand side one, because it's kind of slicked back and tied, you can style that every time exactly the same, and that's the problem. Like, they don't realize continuity is going to be slightly different, so it's going to cost more money, cost more time, because you've got to do it. But even to that, like, here we go. The Witches. What's that? The new Witches movie?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. They changed that suit, the snake suit. If anybody's seen it, the snake dress. They changed it 4 times. They changed it 4 times, but they changed it 4 times and then went back to the original. Yeah, that is how much money they burn. So even with dresses, the 1984 Wonder Woman, 98, whatever, what's 1980?
1984.
1984 Wonder Woman, the gold suit,
The gold suit.
the gold wings and all that. They weren't happy with the original design. Yeah, they 100,000 that cost to do the end project after it was redesigned. How much like money that cost the things? How long was that in the movie? That little boom CGI
For a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Not long enough.
Yeah, exactly. 100 grand just to
Not
do
enough
that
to
one
get
moment.
value out of it. Not to
Yeah, exactly.
justify the
Because some
existence of it.
idiot went, we need that. We need that moment. What's the point of that moment? There was no point. If she came down as herself, did us like as they do in Deadpool. Oh look, the superhero pose. Boom! It would have been more dramatic, and that's the problem. There's too many stupid people behind the scenes saying these little calls, these little we need this because this is what people want. No, people just want a good story, a good written story, and a continuation of the story. Rings of Power just gives you what was it? Rings of Power. Yeah, just gives you dog shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, Stasis, you need to remember when you ask where all the money is going, you should know lighting a hand-rolled cigar with $100 bill looks good.
That is the problem. That is the problem. That is it. That is the problem. It's just like literally who is like I'm not every did any like I'm probably going to it. The Acolyte, the Acolyte.
Yeah, the Acolyte.
I think like it was estimated 180 million.
210.
210.
Did anybody see a $210 million project there?
Nope.
Anybody?
No, not even close.
No, even with the shit graphics, it looked pre the Phantom Menace, like the stuff they did.
You could have churned that out for 50 million. The entire lot.
100%. So where's that money going? Because who was
easy?
It's not like they've got a Hugh McGregor that's going to offer like I need 20 million to do this. They've got this retard who's on screen now, who's literally not going to do anything anymore, not going to be known. She could have been a fan favorite if the script was good. She could have been great in the Star Wars element. The problem is she doesn't like on this. She forgets the script was shit. She was shit.
She was.
Everything about the whole thing was shit. So she's blaming, as you say there, the fans. Well, hold it. Bring the fans that didn't like you into the sphere that you think your own brain bubble. That like she goes for it. But unfortunately, she's not a great actress. She's not gonna and like we're gonna go down to this. It's good like interjection. Like what her comments were and are, she's not got a job.
She shot herself in the foot so badly.
She knows she's not got a job. She's a boring actress. She's a boring person. She's got no personality. And worst thing, she can't act. And that's the thing. It's like how, like at the point of casting, they thought this person was right. Because why? Because cheap. Then you go, but hold it, you're cheap. Where did that 210 million go?
Perfect. This woman, Amanda Stenberg, is the perfect tick box hire. She's diverse. She's inclusive. She comes from a well-connected family that is diverse in a racial sense, a black, as well as diverse
Danish
from a yes, that as well. I say Danish, but her father is Jewish, so that's another addition. Not many people know that, but a lot of tick boxes, folks, on all fronts. Likewise with all the almost all of the cast of the Acolyte. I dare say all of the cast, to correct my prior point. It is a perfect tick box for DEI nonsense. Not a straight, a white, pale male in sight, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly not in the forefront.
Okay, I'll stop you there. Okay, but why weren't they good actors?
Because goodness,
not a single one of them.
No.
You can actually have good actors. Don't care about the tick box. You can have that. Why the effing hell? Every single one, except for the Korean guy from Squid Games, who could hardly speak English, but at least he tried to act. I forgot his name now. But everybody else was shocking. Like if you, I don't care if you're gonna do tick box, do tick boxes. Don't care. Give us a story that doesn't relate to the tick box. This unfortunately tried to. They found short. They found crap. Like most people here would not give a shit about the race, the creed, the whatever color, genders, blah blah blah. You can be over. If they're a good character, they are well written. You're gonna love them. You're gonna absolutely adhere to them. I don't need this is the thing is Hollywood's got, and they said it probably 5 years ago. They're 5 years ago things. They need to see themselves in each other. They need to see themselves. They need to do that, and they fell short with the Little Mermaid thing. That was a travesty. But this is the whole thing. Now they're going on is now because you didn't like it, you're racist.
Yep.
What?
Narrative control. Great example of narrative control.
Yeah, correct. And the thing is,
Tommy, you can shut up because you're racist.
Yeah,
You've
that's
got
the
no
problem,
backlash.
isn't it?
That's it. You're like, whoa,
that's the problem. Because
that is it.
they're going for something so egregious in society, whether it's you're racist, you're a bigot, you're sexist, you're a transphobe, you're any of these words that they like to throw around because they want to get the biggest reaction from everybody else to dogpile you into submission. They want to dogpile you into silence. But as far as I'm concerned, they can all get fucked because they're all a bunch of queer cunts.
It used to be yeah, but the thing is, it used to be you're transphobic. It used to be you're racist. You used to be mega. Now what is it? Far right.
Yeah, everything's deemed far right.
Far right.
Everything's just deemed far right, as if that's the answer to all of their problems.
It's
and
just
it doesn't matter whether
either
they're.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Exactly.
No, I was going to say, Yarnie, it doesn't matter whether in the US, whether in the UK, they are banding it around the UK with impunity with some of the most recent heinous things that have been going on. Because people standing up for their rights in the UK are being arrested, sent to jail, but nothing more than saying, no, this is wrong. We want justice. Why are one group of people treated completely different to the others? Why are the UK public treated completely different to immigrants coming into this country and deciding that our way of life isn't good enough for them? They want to inject everything that comes from their cultures and over the top of ours to wipe us out. And the second we stand up for it, we're in the wrong. We're right wing.
It's very strange that that's brought up, Tomby, because I've managed to find out that tyrants of all calibers seem to love foreigners. And it's surprising
Yes.
when I was studying the Libyan dictator, that's what he was called, Colonel Gaddafi, he would surround himself with non-Libyans because he was convinced that if he was ever to be assassinated, it would be done by a Libyan. And then I thought that was very interesting. And then I noticed that noticed that point across all tyrannies. They surround themselves with foreigners because they can be more easily bought, more easily paid for. They have no connection to the nation, and they are easier and, for the most part, more malleable to control. Because let's face it, folks, European civilization, we've done very well for ourselves. Other parts of the world haven't done very well. So for a very low standard of living for all of us is paradise for the second and third world populations. So, of course, they want to come here, and they're given preferential treatment, even in entertainment, to bring it back to the Acolyte. That's why you see all these tech boxing agendas. And the point of it all is to establish the narrative, to keep the bubble around people, to ensure the empire of lies lasts forever. And we're in this very weird situation now, guys and gals, where our opposition have weaponized weakness so much that they're so weak that they cannot deal with their opposition. But because our opponents have institutional power that cannot be removed, because that means taking down the institutions, especially in popular culture. That's why I think these projects and all of these franchises, they need to die. The cultural desert needs to be formed because it's the only way for the institutions to collapse.
But also, they're cleverer. They're cleverer than us. I hate saying that in a really bad way. And I'm going to bring up a thing, and it might be very political, and it might be different on the sphere than anything. The Glenfield Tower.
Yes.
The thing just got announced. Yep. The outside, the whole thing. Yeah. After the commission. Okay. The BBC are a torrent, horrible organization. Yeah.
Agreed.
They're absolutely, everybody agree with that. So the reason if it come out, you can read it for yourself. So the reason why the fire started was because people were doing a barbecue in a freezer that caught fire. It the gas in the freezer burst into flames. Bum, bum,
the Freon exploded.
Yeah. I don't care if they were legal immigrants or whatever. Blah blah blah. Don't care.
Yeah.
It literally combusted. Bang, as it would. So the BBC, even probably, I think I heard a little bit from Sky News. They went against the fire service because they went against that, and then they went against the cladding. Yeah, the cladding was out of date. Yeah, that was it. But nobody addressed why the situation happened in the first place. It was overcrowding, illegal overcrowding in flats. That was allowed to happen by the landlords, by whoever. But that's the thing, is they will not address that problem. They addressed it, what seems dangerous. Cladding. Everybody needs new cladding. The fire service. The fire service got there and they risked their lives. The worst thing a fireman can do, and I like, and Tommy and me probably got probably different things because we've been there on fireman strikes and we had to.
Green Good Iders.
Yeah. They risk their lives. Fight like normal house. Them ones, big risk.
Yes,
but
massive risk.
Massive risk. So why aren't the media saying massive risk? They could have done something better, but they did a good job because that's all they could do. Literally, you look at where Glenfield is, absolutely terrible location. Literally terrible location if you've ever been there. But them not to blame the state of the landlords, who probably have got a backhand, shake, blah, 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 like that. somewhere in political society because of how much money they're going to get, and they blame it on well, the cladding service and the fire service, and not overcrowding and all that is the thing. And this is what you get with this is a very detracting things, but this is where people got to understand is not just the media, fun media, because it's supposed to be fun media, Disney, blah blah blah. Like who can get? It's the media, your government in control, your council, borough to borough, literally are telling you the little snippet of truth. And what I'm trying to get out there is anything we say, anything the media say, is please read, do your research, because sometimes we talk bullshit and we might get it not 100% right. We're not 100% right. The media will not get it right. Anytime that you listen to something, you go, "Oh, that's interesting," do your research. And that's what I love, about the community, or whatever you want to call it, we've got out there. And I think it's bigger now. And I think Ryan said it, is people understand now that what you listen to or what you hear isn't right. Back there, that's not right. As soon as you hear that, do your research, read a book, listen, go to an alternative media site, blah blah. If people now, I think you get it a lot, and I'm not dissing the Americans, but I'm gonna have to. CNN, ABC, and then think that's it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not gonna go there. We're not gonna go anywhere else. I believe that, and that's the problem. A lot of things you get now in the UK, you got a more alternative. You got BBC, you got Sky News. They're probably a mixed bag. But now, why is the biggest news network, GB News? It's probably the over 60s, but people were listening to more to them. It's like that. But also, you cannot be stuck in that bubble. You've got to come out of that bubble, and you've got to listen to the broader picture. Once you listen to the broader picture, you understand more. And I think most of our chat, most of the people we talk to get that. And I think like Ryan does, is what you need to do is just take that time, sit back, listen, and go for it.
Yeah, well, Stasis has done a very impressive effort, like a sledgehammer, to bash through the empire of lies, to bash through the narrative control that the establishment uses, whether it's in politics or popular culture. And it still does work because the institutions of power still have a hold over what we like to call the normie population. The bubble hasn't bursted for them. And instances like this in popular culture, that's when the bubbles start to burst. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it across the Western world. The empire of lies is collapsing, and you're just going to see them go even crazier because no one's at the helm, folks. That's the craziest thing about our opposition. They are driving a car that no one's driving. I know that's crazy to sound, but no one is at the top of that pyramid because they're all busy trying to do each other in the shadowy realms to try and get on top of that mountain, including this woman. And folks like
but that's
her.
the thing is people go Kathleen Kennedy, blah blah blah. She should need she's Lucasfilm at the moment. Honorable, she's on a boat. She's fucking swinging the thing, doing the tequilas. Who gives a shit? She just gets this is a new project. Let's go. Who could any person, any company in the world would employ the ex-personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein?
Unless they
would
had
you just be you would run. You'd be no, I'm not. Even if they went, I've got a little black book, you're like, no, we just can't take the risk. Why the hell somebody who literally the only thing they've ever done was a stage show taking the piss out of him raping women?
The thing is that both you and me, all they did. Yeah, both you and me know that clearly the agenda's in place. They with Grenfell Tower, they didn't want to highlight the fact that they had been pouring so much rubbish down the garbage chutes that they had basically created a complete funnel for the fire to go from one floor to the other. Because that was another big thing that they found on the investigation, which hampered doing anything with it. The second that they highlight the problems with the landlords, highlight the problems with the people actually living there, the narrative bubble then falls apart. And the second that the narrative bubble then bursts, you can then start tracing it back to no oversight, council giving backseas to people in these buildings, and subsequently you come across to Amanda Stenberg with the comments here. You know full well that she's blaming Flans. She's never going to work for anything major again because of this. She was a flat actress anyway. I mean, she didn't have any real talent. She had no captivating qualities about her. I mean, stick her in front of the camera, and what did she do? Nothing of merit.
And she was acting as a pair of twins, my goodness.
Acting as a pair of twins. Leslie Headlamp, as we like to affectionately call her, clearly she knows stuff because of her Weinstein days. But just because of that, should not have given her the fucking foot in the door to even create this. No one wanted it. No one asked for it. But Disney seems to be gung-ho for rapidly losing a fuck ton of money to create content that no one's interested for a audience that they barely understand and is so small that it would never sustain the projects anyway. It would never give them any form of return on investment. The audience is too small.
Well, yeah, it's okay. What was that? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't remember. What was that last movie that failed with the computer game one? Sorry, guys, I don't know.
Borderlands.
Borderlands, thank you. So Borderlands did how much money at the end? And it's been called roughly 300.
Yeah, I can give you the exact number. Borderlands.
I don't even think it's that much.
Yeah, it's not really. Borderlands worldwide did 31.1 million.
Yeah,
31 million. Okay, how much did it cost? Probably like 300 million. Let's go. Let's be nice.
I can also give you that one. So,
250, I'd say.
So
250, 300
thereabouts.
Borderlands budget. So the Borderlands movie without marketing had 125.
125.
Okay, so you double that for marketing on top.
So you just
not necessarily double because they didn't do much marketing.
Let's be nice. 200. Let's be nice. Let's just be nice. That's 200 million. Okay, so the next Lucasfilm big one is what movie?
I don't know.
No, shouldn't it be Mandalorian and Grogu?
No, that's after the Rey
after.
movie.
The next one is the Rey movie.
Rey movie.
Yeah,
Rey Skywalker.
Okay, so we're gonna go for.
But I'm confused. Wait. I'm confused. So we have not heard any word of production starting for the Rey movie, but we know production has started for the Mandalorian movie.
No, the CGI productions started.
Yes, but that's more than that has started for the Rey movie.
Yeah. That would they pull after the announcement?
Because I'm pretty sure that the timeline was that the Mandalorian movie comes first, then comes the Rey movie.
No, it's Rey movie.
Or at least it's
it was originally. Yeah, so we got Skeleton Crew, and then next year we've got apparently the Rey, but Rey movie end of beginning of 2026 or December 2025. Not
April the 7th, 2024. Star Wars project begun filming.
There you go.
Rey movie in London.
But look at how much is that going to just literally bullshit me, guys. How much do you think that's going to cost?
At least 275.
So let's say 250. Let's say 250.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get 500. Let's say 500 because they're gonna fucking market it up to the fucking yin yang that Rey Skywalker, as they call it, nobody agrees, is the big
Rey Palpatine.
bullshit.
Yep.
Who the fuck is? I'm not Monoble. I'm such a Star Wars fan. I ain't gonna go fucking see that movie.
Oh fuck no.
No, because it's not Star Wars.
Exactly. So, how much is that? That's the problem. They are what? They are doing what to their movies? They've got a literally the end. This I guess suppose they would call it the end of the Skywalker saga. That wasn't. Nobody fucking liked. If you're unless you're proper like dribbling and you fucking like smashing your head against a wall, nobody fucking liked. Like all the three, you might have tolerated the Force Awakens over fucking hard. Nobody liked the fucking last Jedi, and then the what's it what's it called? Rise? Oh my god, the Skywalker.
Rise of Palpatine.
Rise of Palpatine. Let's go with that.
Yeah,
it was a fucking. It wasn't a movie. It was just fucking mismatched editing. So what have they got to now do with that movie? Nothing. They've got Rey.
They're gonna do
and that's the
nothing.
problem. They have they've taken we've heard people like Rey.
No.
But what people? Who are telling these production companies things, or are they shitting out their own mouth that believe that fucking what they made out of the last three Star Wars movies was great?
Hello,
If I said
Mr. Max.
If I said Tom,
Shush! Look who's joined us. Max.
hey,
I'm finally here.
Hey,
Hey, Max.
Hey.
Max?
Hello.
how you doing, Max? Good to see you. Good to see you.
I'm good. I'm glad we're talking about this and going to be the latest meltdown that we received today. So.
Oh, indeed.
Anyway, Stasis Geek, I think you were speaking. Keep going.
Okay. What I'm saying, just say if Tomby, if I said
Yes.
on this point line, this time in place, boom, straight line after the Acolyte, well, probably let's say before the Acolyte, what Star Wars movies would you make? Just what would you make?
In terms of what actually following canon or
You got a fair fucking it's going to be canon, so you got a clear fucking spec.
what? Do you know what I would actually do? I would actually go back a good 15 years. I would pick up the 3 books that were written by essentially the fans for 7, 8, and 9, and make those.
Yeah,
You're
you could do that. Yeah.
Are you talking about Heir to the Empire, Dark Force
Yes.
Rising,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
The Last Command? Yeah, I just actually finished reading those. Those are great.
They are.
They are good.
They're
They are
amazing.
good. They are good reading. Would it make a movie? 100% no. It needs manipulating. It needs changing. It needs.
There's
to
a
be
lot
like-
of intrigue and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it is very, very good. Like if I had to say now, I would go like reboot because how much damage the Last Jedi did, because literally you killed the Jedi. So literally you cannot go forward in time unless you
can't go forward.
You can't go forward.
You've got to ignore everything the last 10 years.
And
you've got to remove it.
The High Republic never sold. Never doesn't sell. I will give you a thing right now that the Waterstones.
Yes.
They're they're like a book company. Every Christmas you have to get cookbooks, Jamie Oliver books, blah blah blah. They were putting on that if you wanted the Jamie Oliver books, you had to take the High Republic books. Nobody fucking books, but they were still part of the sales of the High Republic books.
Yes, they
nobody
were. Yeah.
fucking bought the High Republic. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. They're crap. But if I had to say one thing about Star Wars, they need to go back thousands of years. You need to
see, Stasis. I got you beat on that idea actually. Because if you needed to make a movie, and obviously the prerequisite is You get people that actually give a fuck and know what the fuck they're doing, so you don't just get a bunch of horseshit people. You get a proper studio, proper director, everything. We got 2 Knights of the Old Republic games. Film those.
That is all you do. Exactly. Every fan just knows Knights of the Republic. Just fucking put it in there. Because they've got the basis of that.
Let Max go.
If anything, I think I would love to start off with the Timothy Zahn Heir to Empire series. But the problem is there's too much closeness of the quote-unquote sequel era that I feel like we need to kind of stay away from that. And if we wanted to restart everything, I highly agree of going into the storyline of the Knights of the Old Republic era, that sort of thing. Get away from this post rebellion type era, because I feel like it's a little bit has a little bit toxicity going on because it's been poisoned and diseased by Disney. So we need to let that settle and heal. It's kind of like a nuclear blast. You gotta let the after whatever needs to go away over time. So let's kind of start with the Old Republic, because that is very rich in lore and history and depth and character and story, and not just story building, but world building in general. And I feel like that has a lot of playing ground to move around in.
But you've got a very good manipulation of the Sith and the Jedi in that.
Exactly.
You've got a great thing. The problem is, if you go like as they want to do, if you think like you've got, I hate to say it because most people, it wasn't my hero in the thing. Mark Hamill, what a fucking retard.
Oh,
like, if you go in modern thing, he's got to come back as a ghost. Like they will make him as a ghost, and literally. Because of he's literally brain cells disintegrating every day. Well, like more. No, like everybody's like, what is this twat waffle talking about now? He like for me, like you see him as Luke Skywalker. He's done nothing, like nothing of value. Nothing of value thing. He's Luke Skywalker. Like he should have milked that to the day he died. Yeah, because it's not a great actor, and like what else has he done? Really?
Well, he is kind of milking it, but in all the wrong ways. Like he milks it into these cringy political actions and posts and everything, and it's just like, dude, you're like that. You're like that guy that still is wearing his high school jersey. Like you're still, you were really popular when you were a teenager, but now you're in your 60s or 70s and still trying to hang on to that idea. It's just awful.
High school never ends.
I'll be pretending that the Star Wars Holiday Special isn't the greatest thing ever.
My goodness, Abe.
That was hard.
But the same statements,
the two best things.
The same statements we're making about Mark Hamill can easily be applied to Star Wars itself. I mean, as a franchise, it is getting on a bit. It has passed from being the biggest independent sci-fi project to being a fucking slave of the evil empire of entertainment. Let's not forget that. In regards to making Star Wars great again, and I thank the Lord Disney hasn't touched these characters. If you want to save Star Wars, folks, and this is the one time I'll bring it up in a positive manner, the idea of a multiverse, the idea of the Yuzon Vong, the idea of them invading the galaxy, destroying the balance of the Force, destroying the barriers of time, the past, the present, and the future of Star Wars coming together, all 3 eras of Star Wars that we've seen, originals, prequels, and sequels, standing together against the Yuzon Vong, and it's still
I would absolutely hate that, only because it would have been a great idea, but Marvel has fucking ripped the fucking multiverse apart.
I know,
and it's shit, and they fucking overuse it, and it's fucking shit.
And before Marvel,
you cannot do that.
Before Marvel, DC ruined the idea of the multiverse, and that's why DC has been an inconsistent franchise for, I dare say, 40 fucking years. But the point is, the one reason I bring up the multiverse in a positive manner, it's like resetting a broken bone. You only do it to reset the broken bone, because if the bone was fine, you wouldn't need the multiverse to collapse reality in order to fix everything. So you can go back to a period after Return of the Jedi, and then what comes after that? Oh, wait, the Yuzon Vong War between the Yuzon Vong and the New Republic.
The thing is, like, Disney has got the balls to do the right things now and again, but they do not the right thing. Willow. They had the right thing to do with the Willow series, is fucking rip it apart, fucking tax write-off. It does not exist. That does not exist. Why cannot they do that? Like, I've not been able. I as a massive Star Wars fan, I could understand if they did 7, 8, and 9 again.
Yes.
But Luke and Leia and Han are dead.
Yeah.
Because they've done it.
And that's acceptable.
50 years after that.
Right.
I could understand that. But how they did it just fucking was a blow. It
was an insult.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Right.
To me, I think Star Wars for me died when they started doing Clone Wars.
Yeah, but Clone Wars was when Clone Wars was a separate element. It wasn't canon. It wasn't not canon. It was just a bit of fun.
Well, I'll tell you why I say that.
Everything's canon. Everything's canon. Like no, it's not. Like George Lucas said, unless it's real. You know, us real thing. Can't say that now because AI is. I could be AI. I may be AI.
Artificially inseminated.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, and it is not real. It's literally I can change it, but because of fucking the people in charge now are up their own asses, like Dave Filoni and all that. It's just they believe everything they say is the right thing. No, just sit down, do your own thing. Do not also listen to that story group. They've got the story group said this. Literally, they are the most stupidest, retarded group ever because they don't do fan service. They don't do stories. They just do DEI. There you go.
I'll tell you why I said let's say why I say Clone Wars did it for me, because that was when Dave Filoni started writing stuff for Star Wars that was semi-original, and it was from that point on that his wife's influence on his writing and her secret agenda to insert witchery, witchcraft, and these various spirits that exist in her sort of pantheon into Star Wars and subvert it and invert the spiritual foundation of the Force, which we've seen played out by the introduction of various supernatural things that really weren't part of what was a sci-fi space opera. And I blame Dave Filoni and his wife for all the ills.
The best thing about Star Wars, and I'm going to say this as a proper lover of Star Wars, the originals, is you did not know really much about the Force.
Yep.
Yes.
It was still.
So I'm just going
to. That is the thing. It's like you knew. It's like if you go by it, like it's supposed to be a mix of Buddhism and the Catholic Church. Yeah.
Right.
And there's this secret. There's this secret behind it, and you are powerful. I'm going to say if so, like if you go by the high Buddhist monks are the Jedi, or the high cardinals in the Catholic Church are the Jedi. But you don't know their secret. Why did they get there? How were they there? That is interesting, and that is something they don't realize. Like Boba Fett. Boba Fett was fucking cool because I didn't know anything about him.
Yes, thank you.
As soon as they fucking introduced him as a main character, I don't give a shit. He's fucking boring. Yeah. He was good. Mystery. He was dark. He was mystery because he was what the hell?
The thing is, the intrigue with Boba Fett as well. A lot of that intrigue before they started doing the series existed in your head because you were inferring what he could have been, where he could have come from, based off what you knew at the time, the very little that you knew of the time. So you were filling in the gaps, and that was the great thing with storytelling, because you're trying to encourage that thought behind. Okay, why is this person the way they are? how have they come to this conclusion? But I just want to crack on with just reading this out really quickly. So Stenberg finally reacts to the cancellation of her Star Wars series, The Acolyte, in a 10-minute video posted to her Instagram. 25-year-old actress blames the fans, the conservatives, the alt-right, and insinuates Trump is to blame for the series cancellation. She wasn't surprised by the news of the cancellation because of all the vitriol surrounding the show from a certain segment of fandom. The cancellation by Disney, likely due to poor viewership, the official Nielsen ratings, which attached to Disney Plus accounts, revealed The Acolyte to be the least watched Star Wars show on Disney Plus. Many episodes didn't even register on the charts. The season finale is also the least watched season finale for a Star Wars show on Disney Plus. But yes, Stenberg, by all means, blame everybody else, apart from obviously the show being shit.
The worst thing
It's
is,
not my fault. It's everybody else's fault. I'm the victim forever.
Yeah. The thing is, like, she thought she was doing right. I'm guessing most people watched her little statement. She comes across and listen. If that was a white person, bloody hell, are they racist?
Yes.
But switch it around. You clap hands like a seal. And I mean, the clap hands on the seal are the shouters and the screamers. There's 100 of you. Well done, the 100. Well done. And with your little bot accounts, we don't give a crap. Because why? Because the Acolyte got cancelled. Why? It wasn't because any of us were racist, bigots, or whatever.
Correct.
The show was absolutely a turd. Absolutely broke canon, if you want to call what is left of canon. But also, it was just
Dave Filoni's shit.
I was ready.
But it broke every bit of one scene, broke the narrative of that scene with the next scene. And it was just like, how can anybody, as a screenwriter, you have a thing who went, oh, you know what you just wrote there just breaks what you just said 20 seconds ago in the same scene. It's just absolutely stupid. So
we all try and give these programs their time and their merit based off what we see. Now, the problem with me and where I switched off is you've got all of these Star Wars programs, they're just inherently getting worse over time. They're getting poorer and poorer in terms of standards and consistency. The first episode is what killed it for me. The second you see a carbon-based fire in space, I'm like, right, I'm out of it. And it was something as stupid as that. Because it breaks...
A fireplace on the side of a ship, ladies and gentlemen.
On the side of space. But it could exist out there. The Star Wars Muppets all fucking shouted. No, it fucking can't.
But that's like they realise, like a lot of people taking the piss out of the power of £1 and £2 many.
I certainly did.
That is stupid. Yeah, but there's that little bits with the fire in space. There's little bits like you got with I always called it her portable dildo. There's like silly little silly things.
Cutting her hair with a lightsaber, which should have cut her face off.
Stabbing people through the chest non-fatally with a lightsaber.
But that's what, like, if you go back, oh my god, like George Lucas, any other like them, like he's a B actor, he's a B movie director, really. If you like he's a carpenter.
Yeah,
he kind of style thing. But what they do, like Halloween, let's go about that. Like that is a B movie, but everything they do does not take you out of that thriller, that environment. Yeah, Star Wars, like probably most, like before it was called A New Hope, doesn't take you out of the environment. There's silly things, but it doesn't take you out of the environment. It immerses you. It takes you away, and that's the thing. It's like Halloween. Like you got them like Attack on Precinct 13. It doesn't take you away from it, and that's what they don't get now. Is they're putting things in. It's modern day. It might but there's movies out there that are probably like early 90s, 80s, 70s, definitely that are silly. They're stupid movies, but they don't take you away and put you in modern day. Because a lot of people, and probably a lot of the geeks, and we got here, like Dave, you've got your Star Trek, your Star Wars, whatever, Babylon 5, whatever, you know. the reason probably a lot of people went to it is like a bit of escapism. Let's just go by that. A lot of people like you want to watch your Babylon 5 is because it was escapism, because your day-to-day life was shit. You were either bullied at school, your parents were shouting at each other, you had a broken home, whatever. But that TV series gave you that escape, gave you that little bit of relief. Now they just want to bring it back to modern day politics, modern day. And honestly, it's not even modern day; it's modern day America.
Yeah,
is that
I want to start moving things on now because we're coming up to the 3-hour mark pretty quickly. So as
you get naked, that's it. We've got a quarter hour.
Yeah, I've pushed my next stream back by half an hour anyway, so that's fine.
OnlyFans. Yes, naked.
Indeed, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. I pull in all the viewers. Don't forget. I pull in all the viewers. I know you are because you're old and you stink of piss.
But
it's not my piss. He's the newbie.
It's not my piss.
Something that Magitech Mag sent across to me, and I think a good place to end this, considering that we're still talking about the Disney side of life. Disney shills decided they would write up a manifesto in attempts to demonetize and deflatform Ryan Kinnell, Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotics. These wackos took the whole "if you're not with me, then you're my enemy" line way too literally. She says they all need serious help. Say again, mate.
If you have a different opinion than me.
Yep. If you don't agree with me, and I cannot beat you into submission, we have to erase you. That's the thing.
I can guarantee out of every bit of panel here, every person panel here, I'm going to have a different opinion on some ground of anything. Probably like 10 things that it will piss you off. But that's my opinion, but we will agree.
You taking your shirt off was a step too fucking far, Stacey.
That was perfect.
Sorry, you're lucky, Ryan. I took my pants off and I've not stood up.
Dirty bastard.
200 viewers.
I mean, boiling it down, folks, this is a tried and tested method of channel suppression by agents of the entertainment establishment. They can't win in a fair fight. They can't even win when mainstream social media is rigged in their favor. Losing Twitter was a kick in the balls, so now they bitch and moan to their masters. But the problem is, they are of the mindset, our opposition, you cut off the head and the body will die. They think we're snakes when we're not. We're sinners, but we're not snakes. I mean, you take out the most prominent content creators. They did this 5 or 6 years ago in the political realm of commentary, and a whole new generation took their place and became even more prominent in 5 years' time. They get rid of Nerdrotic. They get rid of Geeks and Gamers. They get rid of heel versus babyface. 1,000 up-and-coming content creators, or 10,000 up-and-coming content creators will take their place, and hundreds of thousands of more creators will be inspired because they were viewers of those great channels and great communities and now want to do it themselves, especially if they get purged from mainstream social media. Fill in the void.
Well, the reason why that's going to work for us, the reason why that's going to work for us is because the commodity that we all ship is honesty. That is something that the mainstream media don't have at all.
Yarnie, you were going to say something?
Oh, nope.
Okay, status queef.
Yeah. Okay, Ryan, here's the thing. Okay, we know, I suppose popular culture is being manipulated to the shit that it is. We know that. And we understand that. And as geeks and whatever you are, we kind of tolerate it and fucking hate it. But we can't do anything until you're like that. And we can voice it as best we can. As you said, the mainstream, I suppose not the mainstream, the bigger YouTubers, contractors have got it. But the worst thing is they do now is, I think, is the history. Look at Cleopatra.
Yes.
That is the thing, is they are not just a bidder going, oh, we're going to screw up with what you love. We're going to change history. Like there's like, what is it? There's one out there at the moment that I think it is Charles II is disabled and black. I can't remember what king it is at the moment.
No wonder they cut his head off.
Yeah. That's Charles the First. But okay, but that's
not
the
a
problem.
good reason.
They change history. They change the aspect of the mostly Netflix. They change it. Like
I'm glad Jan liked that joke. That's the controversial side of me.
But that's it. Like,
go ahead.
But what would happen?
Huge,
Like,
Ryan.
but look what they do. They change history in, I suppose, the medieval. They change European history. Like, wait till they start changing American history. They've not started to do, like slightly, but not like there's probably like the Civil War. What are they going to change with that?
Well, in the UK, they're getting rid of Anglo-Saxon, so like Anglo-Saxon studies is being replaced with early medieval studies.
But that's
playing their own game, rewrite history, hang the progressives, set them on fire. They weren't witches. They had funny colored hair. Play the bastards at their own game.
Okay,
they'll bitch and moan, and we'll laugh at it.
Okay. Most British people know them. We're mongrels. We are. There's no way you could bring back your heritage to a certain race. You know, if you're like you can't. You're like
a mixing blob.
Viking, Saxons, a tinker, a tyke, or whatever. Or like you've got all these different, literally all over Norman. You're whatever. You're from that, and then if you're back from that, you're back from something else. Now, why have that been erased? Like if you're from York, your family's from York, you probably got Viking heritage. You're probably a Viking. You're probably that. Blah blah blah. Embrace it. No, you can't embrace it because they were Vikings. They're rapists. They're pillagers. They did it. They like all that. Well, sorry, that is my heritage. They might have done stuff bad, but at the time, I hate to say it, that's the way that it was. Like whatever. What Greg would know what time the Vikings come over.
About
better than me.
5:30, I think.
5:30.
In about 20 minutes, mate. In about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. But also, that is it. Like they do, like people do not understand their heritage sometimes, but just the bigger group. That's why they won.
Right, I'm going to discuss. I'm just going to rattle through this attempt to attack Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell, and co. Very, very quickly because we're running out of time and I want to do some good shout outs and wrap it up. Right, last week, Amandla Stenberg, they have to obviously post that in there because that's so important to the complaint, posted candid comments to Instagram about the rampage of space, bigotry and vitriol that she has received since leading the cast of The Acolyte, the latest addition to the Star Wars universe, so her experience is not new. In fact, this is a known tactic, was initially provoked by former Breitbart news editor Milo Yiannopoulos, who aggressively targeted Ghostbusters actor Leslie Jones under the guise of film criticism. After prolonged insults about a Ghostbusters character resulted in harassment against Jones on Twitter, claimed Jones was playing the victim when she called for action against the harassment. The aggressive gaslighting of Jones' experience resulted in the chat being banned from Twitter. 8 years later...
Before Musk bought it.
Correct. When they bent over and took it up the arse from fucking these idiots that are fucking complaining. So 8 years later, the playbook against marginalized actors has burgeoned into a multi-million-dollar business on YouTube, which is permitted to be developed unchecked with the help of YouTube's partner program. This playbook's biggest target, Star Wars. Well, technically, no, because Star Wars, Marvel, it's not a targeting based off any of this shit. It's
Hollywood.
A constantly pushback against crap products.
Yeah, I really do wish we had more time to go into this, because this progressive Ponce has got a lot of experience. Because, yeah, Star Wars is where it started in regards to the old fandom menace. And we know, well, at least I don't know about you great guys and gals. I know that this progressive activist has certainly been around the block. I mean, first it was Milo, then he got purged, along with a few other creators, inspired a new generation, the likes of Nerdrotic, the likes of Geeks and Gamers, and then later on RK Outpost. And yeah, they see it, the progressives see it, and now they want history to repeat itself, despite not learning what happens when you purge people. A new generation simply takes their place, and they do make a lot of money in the process.
Well, see, part of the progressive motivation, too, is to repeat the thing, even if it's a lie, multiple times over a certain period of time. And eventually it's called programming. So it programs weak-minded people, sorry to say it like that, but weak-minded people into believing that this is true when it's not. So the more they keep going after it, the way they keep going after it and the way they keep going, and they won't stop. You cannot rest. You have to be vigilant and keep fighting back, because if you decide that this is, we won this battle, like people will think, oh, we won this war, like for instance, Concord is, whatever is canceled. Yay, Acolyte's canceled. No, the war is not over. The battle is we've only have so many more battles to go. So you cannot, stop that.
Stasis Geek is going to off himself in a minute by the look of it. He's attacking his own hand. Clearly his hand's trying to touch him again. But as fans of the Star Wars franchise, we have tirelessly witnessed a handful of YouTube creators continuously drive prolonged insults and harassment against marginalized actors and members of the community. Enough is enough. The Star Wars fandom demands that YouTube enforce its community guidelines against prolonged insults and incitement of targeted harassment towards women of color by demonetizing YouTube channels Geeks and Gamers, Ryan Cannell, and Nerdrotic. The facts, which is just a sack of shit, let's face it.
Yeah.
It's a sack of shit. They're trying to throw shit against the wall and see what fucking sticks. It's the same old process they try time and time again.
Remember the hashtag, Tomby? There are more of us. Well, if there were, the Acolyte wouldn't be cancelled.
Correct.
Channel suppression efforts would have made sense. Okay?
Yep.
Well, look at the signatures that they're trying to do. Like, let's get 70,000 signatures or whatever to bring it back. And they were only getting 50,000. I'm like, bro, do you not understand that, like, that's not going to bring back your show? Because they're like, that's an automatic cancel.
Well, our opposition is so crazed and so insane that they caused a neutral Star Wars creator in Star Wars Theory to essentially defect over to what used to be the old fandom menace. I wish we had more time to go into it, but they're crazy.
Yeah.
And then they blame. The thing is, as Mr. Tuckletrunk was saying in chat about Hollywood being full of activists who operate with rules for radicals as their sort of Bible.
Yes.
Accuse your enemy of the things you're guilty of, basically.
Yep, Mr. Tuckletrunk, if I start swearing, can you mods allow my comments? If not, I won't bother. Oh, 100%. If you want to swear, just go for it. Action required.
I'm just going to say, Abe, you're being very, very quiet.
He is.
You can't get a word in edgeways with you around, mate.
He's not the only one.
Getting sassy.
I'm going naked.
Oh, God.
Yep. Get it off. Get it off.
Can I have the music? At least have the music.
Stasis Geek is
fans.
Well, Stasis Geek would be a great guest for a one-on-one show on Reality Based. We could easily fill out a 3-hour show with Geek just talking on his own.
That's what he said.
Yep. Right, I'm just gonna let Greg escape. Greg, what you got coming up, my dude?
I'm going to be here next Wednesday.
Okay, see you later. Bye.
That's pretty much. But I would like to say, before I bail, Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'd really like to have a conversation sometime about the future. You know, how you see, where you see things going, short term, medium term, long term, with various things.
Everyone on this panel who's been on this panel is welcome on Reality Based, especially Mags again. It's been a while.
Yes,
Lovely
I'm sorry,
lady.
Ryan.
No, it's fine. I know how scheduling can be. So bye-bye, budget version of Jimmy Dore. Have a great night.
I'll take that. Jimmy Dore's cool, so yeah, I'll take that. He's
See you
the
later,
most
Greg.
based leftist I've seen on YouTube. Anyway, so cool. See you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good time.
Bye.
Right, action required.
The actual
So-
truth is, it actually is empty in his catheter bag.
Well, yeah, his catheter bag is full at this point in time. And if he doesn't go, it'll explode over his lap, and we'll all hear the psst as the fluid comes out. But
He is the elder. He is the elder.
the Star Wars fandom refuses to watch another marginalized actor or fan be singled out by prolonged racist harassment from a handful of YouTubers as a result of YouTube's inaction. Do you know what I say to this? And to be honest, we're going to wrap it up in a second. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will always offend a cunt.
Get on your knees, woman. It's all you're good for.
Exactly. I mean, this is the thing.
Okay, let me just put that. Do you think?
Fucking
Well,
hell.
she's actually the
do
one
you
wearing
think-
the pants in the family. You know that, right?
Yeah. But do you think, like, just not to buy just the Acolyte? Because she's probably done what jobs has she got? So
Exactly.
she has to put it out there. She has to go by, oh, you're a shit actress. You're not going to get another job. This was your ticket. Do it.
Man, fine.
Now make me a sandwich. You make me a
Number
sandwich.
15.
Yes, this was clearly aimed at Yarnie, Mags, and Abe. Thank you.
I want a
Number
sandwich.
15. Conservative
I could make a
bigots.
mean chicken salad sandwich.
Spurgs
Oh,
out.
no, I
still
just
make
want
better
some
sandwich.
Marmite. No, I just wanted some toasted Marmite. Oh, that'd be nice. Ooh.
Oh, mate, talking about Marmite,
I want a panini.
Oh, I know.
Ooh, oh, pizza panini would be good.
you want a penis? In what was that?
Yeah, but he's not home yet.
Oh, right, okay, that's fine. He's got something to. I hope he's watching because you've got something to look forward to, mate.
Yarn, show us your pussy, cat. Show us your pussy, cat.
Oh my! In the best C-3PO voice. Oh my! Yes, right. Okay,
Wow.
There it
guys.
is. Thank you.
I'm gonna drop in the link to Anna's post. Seriously, take a chat. Go read it. You'll see the holes. You'll see the plot holes pretty quickly through it.
I like how they signed it as "Thank you" and "May the Force be with you," and I want to be like,
Ugh.
"Yo, bitches, you're the one that are the Sith here because you're trying to suppress voices and opinions."
Yes.
So I
Thank you.
the Force is not with you right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, not only is the Force not with them, but IQ also isn't.
I always laugh
May the
about this.
Force
Like,
Well said.
I'm like, how dumb do you need to be to think these actual shows are good? You can't.
Dumb
think
like
these
these.
are actually good.
You have to be somebody that doesn't like to actually think critically at all. I want to turn off my brain,
not
watch
even- it's not
something,
even
and be
critical.
happy and excited by the flashing colors
Yeah.
or anything.
It's
It's
like-
individuals that really just don't want to put any thought into it
Consume.
at all.
But
Yes,
that's
just
it's-
consume.
yeah,
Well, the
literally,
people
do they
that
just
like-
sit there just grinning? Oh, I just saw an advert for Blockbusters or whatever.
Before
Cowboy.
Stasis Keek becomes the next Tangent King, Tomby, do you want to wrap the show up?
That's what I was thinking. I
I
was
can have one of
honestly
our-
thinking about
fuck it.
just
No, fuck it.
leaving.
Fuck
I was just thinking about just stopping the cam and just going on mute and just going on to another stream and saying, fuck
Sorry,
it.
Abe, should we just fuck him over? Are you?
No, you two are just going to fuck each other later. That's
Oh,
fine. What you do off stream with your freaking rusty nipples, as we saw them earlier, is entirely up to you, my dude.
No,
I mean, we're not going to hold it
Look at
against
you,
you. You
those
just
nipples,
hold
buddy.
yourselves against each other.
Chat, I'm just gonna let that is the reason, the tolerance. That's why I left Tomby in the first place. Like he just didn't like that. The pussy
Even the
is calling
pussy
him.
doesn't want
The
to hear
pussy
you talk.
just wants
Yeah,
it.
even Channy saying bye.
Yeah.
Like we're done.
They're going to have a game of touching teapots chat, so we'll wrap it up. And as always, we are going to start off with our special guest.
What are you playing? What are you playing next? What are you playing next?
Games.
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 It's games.
I'm gonna fuck you rotten in a minute.
Yay!
Oh dear me. Right. Okay. So, as always, the end of the show, we'll start off with our special guest, Ryan.
Magnificent.
Well, to answer your question, folks, I'm 25 years old. So there you go.
25 years young.
No, old, especially in the South Wales valleys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching this 19th episode of the Hump Day Chin Wag. It has been one hell of a great show. Who knows? You may see me here quite a lot. I've got quite a lot of timestamps from this show, so that's certainly some incentive. I know Tomby was kind enough to stream this to your audience, but I'm like, nah, I'll make them into videos instead. Thank you, Tomby. That's very kind of you. Great to meet all these fine folks and fellow creators. Every one of them is welcome back, or two rather. Reality-based as a show, we could use some fresh blood. Wink, wink, nod, nod. As for me, you can check me out at Ryan Rogeratha. I'm the host and founder of Reality-based, and hopefully you will enjoy what I have to offer. So, yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed for coming, my friend. It's always a pleasure. And on to this guy. Let's see how long he talks for.
I'm going to talk for another 3 hours. Is that okay?
Hey,
I'm actually trying to find your...
Captain Chaos!
Hurry the fuck up.
I'm going to really... What are you playing next? What are you playing next, Tommy?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay. If you really want some abuse, and really, really want some abuse, I'm going to destroy Tommy in the next 20 minutes.
No, if you really want to see some abuse, come and join Tomby in 20 minutes. Because you said if you want to get some abuse, if you want to see some abuse.
BG3.
Column A, column B, column A, column A. Okay, let me just say what Abe hasn't really spoken, so I'm hoping he's built up a lot of abuse for you.
Cool. Happy days. Abe, what's coming?
Woo!
Apart from obviously Stasis Geek.
Well, I'm still working on a few things. God knows when they'll see the light of day.
Little steps at a time.
One step at a time, my dude. One step at a time.
I'm hoping to get on Dara's show.
Yep.
It's probably going to be next month, though.
Yeah, after you trolled him yesterday.
Dara's a good egg.
It's not my fault that I'm good friends with Jesus and the devil.
Yes, it's your fault.
The devil? The devil? Who's the devil?
The devil.
The devil? You said
devil.
the devil. You say
The
devil. Devil.
Silent Stasis.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Abe, for coming. Thank you, as always. Harry Enemer.
Thank you, Sir Frodo. So, for those that missed it yesterday, I was actually on Daramuth's show, and the replay is up. And other than that, we're obviously going to be here next week. And in the meantime, shitting on fucking tourists and bots on fucking Twitter. As per usual. It is what it is.
Happy days. Happy days. Yarnie.
Oh, hey. Let's see here. If you are interested in hand-dyed yarns as usual, check out pineandcauldron.com. This weekend I will have a new colorway up. As many of you know, lost my kitty cat a little over a month ago, and I am making some yarn in his honor, and all of the profits will go to the bills that were racked up at the very end of there. I finally got that color figured out, and by this weekend that will be up and available. So if you are so interested, feel free, no obligation. And if you want 10% off, you can use the code TOMBI10, TOMBI, all caps 10, and that'll get you 10% off. So yeah. That's it.
Woo!
Yay!
Happy days. Happy days. Just remember, guys, Support when you can do. These all going to great people. Right, Magic Mags.
Yay! Hi. Sorry I was late.
That's all right.
It's I'm at my new job, so yay, and closing and everything. But I'm planning on being more regular on the show going forward. So I'm not sure if it's going to be every time. It might be like half a month or something like that. So I will try to make it work into my schedule, since I typically will get off at 4, but not right now in the month. But you can find me around, of course. Next week, I should be coming back into the full swing of things as far as streaming is concerned. You can find me on Toxic Femininity on Midnight's Edge on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Of course, follow me here, but also follow all of these wonderful people too. While you're at it, Twitter, all that jazz. It's just sorry, it's been a while. I've not done an outro in a bit. So I'm kind of like, what else am I supposed to say here? What I'm supposed to be? Yeah, just look at the little subtitle card there and just.
You're single.
It's everywhere. What?
Say you're single. That'll get the men to watch your channel.
I mean, he's not wrong. It'll work.
Maybe.
If I show a foot or something, maybe that could work, I guess.
Hey, I showed my torso. Come on.
I'll show you my toe.
Have possible stuff. Stop it, Tommy.
Tommy didn't even speak. I love that.
Yeah, you can check me out everywhere. I should be coming back into the full swing of things of streaming. So Toxic Femininity here, I will try to make as regularly as possibly I can. And back to Dames and Dorks next week. So that would be 8 p.m. Eastern. So yep, I will.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
Happy days.
And
the
hopefully
links
I can stream again.
the links down below for Magitech Mags, so make sure you check those out as well, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, with myself, I'm going to be playing some Baldur's Gate 3 in just about 10 minutes. So feel free. Fucking hell. What a dickhead. Look at me riding.
It's legit. It's legit.
It's clearly legit. I mean, look at that face. That is the vinegar stroke. That is 100% the vinegar stroke, my dude.
Yeah, well, I got too deep in.
Carry on.
If you want to check out some more stuff like this, follow me over on Baldur's Gate 3 onto the next stream. And I think...
This is going to be burned into my head.
GTA 5, World of Warcraft over the weekends. And with that, chat, you've been amazing. Thank you for all of the love that you've given to everybody on the panel. Make sure you sub to everybody. Make sure you go through and like their stuff. Check out their content. And with that, we'll call it a day. Bye for now.
Hasta luego.
Love.